Well, welcome live here as it is day 3 of the Senior State Tournament as we are here once again for the DuBois Little League Senior All-Stars as they are taking on Upper Moreland here, part of the winner's bracket today. Again, a delayed start once again here as again the game before us went a little long. A lot of offense in that contest, a part of the loser's bracket where Oil City wins over Penridge 12-8. So Oil City will move on. Penridge, their season has come to an end. The earlier contest today here in Stern Family Field, it was Hollidaysburg over Downington West by a final of 15-10. So again, that'll be one matchup happening tomorrow. Hollidaysburg and Oil City, that'll be at 1 o'clock here in town. This one, again, the loser will take on the winner between those two Friday at 4 o'clock. The winner will move on automatically to Saturday to play 11 a.m. Again, the winner of that loser's bracket side. So that's how things sizes up here. Day 3, a part of the Senior State Tournament. As, again, for myself, Nick Purdy, I'll bring Joe Grecco on in as he was just fresh in from at least doing the coin flip for both teams, as it looks like, DuBois, another winner.
Yep, DuBois, well, the team that travels the furthest gets to call the coin. And luckily they called tails and they came up heads, so DuBois won the toss and is the home team.
Gotta like that. So, again, DuBois, once again, will be the home squad. Again, they are donning their white jerseys once again. As you were explaining, again, not a whole lot of Little League squads have a home road. So, again, we're pretty much seeing, at least at summer uni, white unis as well, too, for Upper Moreland. And they got the blue and kind of, at least that royal blue, yellow. It's kind of pit-like, if I can at least describe, Pit Panther-like of the color scheme for Upper Moreland. Take this opportunity right now to thank our fine sports sponsors here on Connect FM. I'd like to thank Star Trucking, Lifespan Family Services, Dululu Transport, Buck's Pizza, Infuse IV Bar, Napa Auto Parts, Smith's Lawn and Landscape, and last but not least, Auto Undertaker. Joe, again, as I mentioned, here we are on the winner's bracket for DuBois. Again, a 10-0 victory over South Williamsport day 1. Day 2, it was 8-3 final over Hollidaysburg. Now they take on this Upper Moreland team, again, around that Philadelphia region of the state. So opponents get that much tougher, that much bigger. This one, I guess, kind of plain and simple, who comes out of this one, you don't want to automatically hand them the championship, but you feel clearly they're in the driver's seat. And, again, a lot of these other teams that are still remaining and whatnot, especially with Hollidaysburg, we know DuBois sizes up pretty well against anyone at least remaining in this tournament. So, again, if anything, the outcome of this ballgame, whoever comes away, you kind of want to hand them that state title crown.
Yeah, they definitely are the major favorite because, again, the pitching staff is going to not be as used up as whoever happens to lose this game has to play another game in between coming back, and then they have to beat the other team twice on Saturday. So they're looking, if you lose, you got to win 3 more games to become the state title, and the winner of this game only has to win 1.
And again, that is something where I've seen those scenarios before. Is that momentum out of that loser's bracket does carry someone to that at least tournament crown. So we'll see what happens. But again, we're focused on this matchup here. Again, we were originally set for 8 o'clock first pitch. Again, it's going to be around more 8:50ish. As again, we're starting to get starting lineups here organized. Speaking of which, Joe, I think you got starting lineups for both squads.
I have starting lineups here. First for the visiting team, Upper Moreland. Their leadoff batter is their right fielder, number 1, Zach O'Connor. Batting second will be their third baseman, number 29, Lucas Zipper. Batting third will be their left fielder, number 16, Luke Sword. Batting fourth will be their first baseman, number 19, Jimmy Murray. Batting fifth will be a designated hitter, number 2, Michael Harder. He will be batting for the starting pitcher, number 17, Nick Simons. And batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 13, Chase Moore. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 4, Chase Rompula. Batting eighth, doing the catching will be number 32, Jake Gibbs. And batting ninth, playing center field, number 0, Jacob Spady. For DuBois, again, they'll be leading off with the shortstop, number 7, Samson Deeb. Batting second will be left fielder, number 22, Walker Thomas. Batting third, playing third base, number 4, Mason Dinkfeld. Batting fourth will be our designated hitter, Maddox Clark, and he'll be hitting for the catcher, number 23, Isaac Dennison. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 9, Noah Farrell. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 18, Bryson Kale. Batting seventh, doing the pitching, number 12, Wes Clyde. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 1, Braden Zatzik. And rounding out the lineup, our starting right fielder, number 6, Jonathan Reed.
And I think with the DuBois lineup, as we talked earlier with the head coach of DuBois, that again, we won't go into what happened, but again, I do believe a notable name, at least not a part of the roster, at least available for DuBois, correct? At least from at least talking with head coach Deeb, correct?
Yeah, Grady Galashansky was on the team for some reason, not with the team this weekend. And they did have Aaron Eberle, who had an injury. He is in uniform tonight, so he is available. And he's like a utility player. I've seen him play infield, outfield, has done some pitching.
Well, that's good. So, and again, especially where, again, pitching is key right now, again, for DuBois. The only one to mention, at least we talk about having that day rest, I do believe Samson Deeb, after what he did last night to close out that ball game against Hollidaysburg. Again, he's ineligible, correct?
That's correct.
For today. So, again, for pitching-wise, it's pretty much of, hey, DuBois is in a healthy position. What can we tell about this Upper Moreland team? Again, how many pitchers do they have at least kind of in trouble today, or at least can't go for them?
They only have one pitcher that's not available. Mr. Darsney had pitched to end their first game, and then he was their starting pitcher in the second game, and he's actually not even in their starting lineup tonight at all. But all the other pitchers that they've had and used available, the starting pitcher for tonight hasn't even thrown a pitch yet in the state tournament. He pitched a little bit in their sectional tournament to get here. So he has a little bit of tournament experience, but not as much really as the DuBois pitchers or the other pitchers that they've used in this tournament.
Interesting. So, again, it's going to be an interesting matchup here coming up in a few short minutes, as right now players and everyone here in attendance at Stern Field getting ready for the national anthem, as we will step aside, take a quick break here, and again, we will pay our respects and get ready for the first pitch, as you're listening to DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM 96.7 and 99.7 FM, and online at connectradio.fm. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
Car dead on the side of the road? Call The Undertaker. Auto Undertaker Towing and Repair for 24/7 towing and roadside assistance. Tire changes, jump starts, out of gas, lockouts, 24-hour towing service serving Clearfield, Jefferson, and surrounding counties. They also handle preventative maintenance and all auto repairs, big and small. And at AutoUndertaker.net and Facebook, 592-4186 for quick, easy help 24/7. Buck's Pizza wishes the best of luck to all of our Little League All-Stars. Your dedication and hard work has paid off, and they are proud of you. Congratulations on a great season. Buck's invites you to fuel up before the game or refuel after a delicious $7.99 pick-a-meal. Or get a family special starting at $17.99. They look forward to serving you. Find their entire menu at buckspizza.com. Good, better, Bucks.
DeLulo Transport supports our community and our Little League teams. Just like in the trucking business, the team part of teamwork is what makes winners. All of the hard work and practice has gotten you to this point, and DeLulo Transport is proud of you. So here's to all of the DuBois Little League teams. Good luck during the All-Star season, and let's play ball.
DeLulo Transport in DuBois, family owned with over 30 years experience. Their reliability to deliver on deadline is what they do best.
The Infused IV Bar sends the best of luck to the DuBois Little League All-Star teams. At Infused IV Bar, they're focused on your wellness. Their physician-supervised IV therapy bar offers over 15 different vitamin IV drips and vitamin injections that can assist in reversing the daily stresses of life while rehydrating and replenishing your body. Infused IV Bar appreciates all the coaches, players, and parents' hard work and dedication. Congratulations on a great season.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field for the start of the Upper Moreland DuBois Senior League All-Star Game here in the Winners Bracket Finals of the Pennsylvania State Tournament. Wes Clyde's finishing his warm-up tosses. Wes was the starting pitcher for DuBois in the 10-0 South Williamsport win. So he's got a little bit of tournament experience behind him.
That's good to see. At least, again, you want that experience, and again, at least get those kind of early butterflies out of that system. So, at least very currently right now, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, there, Joe. But either way, conditions here. That's what I was looking for. That word right there. 68 degrees here in DuBois. Cloudy skies again. Breeze, a slight breeze, but again, nothing as what we saw yesterday. Trees swaying kind of left to right, or at least kind of right to left here in DuBois. So conditions kind of on par. We have seen sprinkles, a little rain here. Again, nothing is at least set in the forecast. So again, nothing to at least really take away from this important ball game. Again, this should be a battle.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a really close game here tonight. West Clyde throws first pitch to the leadoff batter, Zach O'Connor, the right fielder, high and outside for ball one. When I was at the coin toss, it was noticeably cooler than it has been in the past couple days. Second pitch is outside for ball two.
We'll take it again. As I mentioned, again, few folks right now are part of a tournament up in Sheridan, Wyoming. It's 100 degrees out there out west. So, again, we'll take the 68-degree weather here.
Next pitch is in there for a called strike, so it's 2-1 now on O'Connor. Next pitch is lifted out toward left field. And it's going to be over the left fielder, Walker Thomas's head, and there'll be a leadoff double for Zach O'Connor for Upper Moreland. That will bring up the third baseman, number 29, Lucas Zipper. Don't know if Walker didn't catch that in the lights or what the situation is, but they've played on this field with lights on a lot this year. So,
and like I said, the wind shouldn't have played a factor as what we saw last night with a few.
First pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. Now that ball there, being that it short hopped the fence with that wind blowing 15 mile an hour, it might have actually left the ballpark last night. Next pitch is taken for strike two.
Early out of the box, again, Upper Moreland aggressive, again in scoring position here. Timeout called, as I think Zipper had something in his eye very quickly.
Clyde comes set. Pitch is a little outside for ball one. 1-2 now on the batter. Nobody out. Runner at second. 1-2 pitch. Low and outside for ball two. 2-2 now.
Once again, good crowd here at Stern Field. Again, donning the baselines and also outfield for a rather cool night for baseball.
Pitch is called for ball three, just a little bit high. Again, when I was out on the field, I looked up in the stands, and the stands above us are full. There's people in the stands down the right field line as well that we can't see from here. So it is quite a filled-up crowd here. So after going ahead 0-2, West Clyde walks Mr. Zipper. So now it's first and second with nobody out, bringing up left fielder number 16, Luke Sword.
I think a lot of those folks that we saw yesterday out in the pool area across the way in center field probably, again, in attendance here. It's a little too cool to probably be out there in the outside, at least water, even though it is technically working right now. The lights are still on over there. Stern Field, again, dimensions here. Again, 321 down the left field line, 310 right field, 344 out in the outfield. In a very uniform and symmetrical field.
We did in the Hollidaysburg game see a home run today out to right center field. First pitch is in for a strike to Mr. Sword. So we've actually seen our first home run hit today. Clyde comes set, checks the runner. Pitch is outside for ball one.
I think so far of, again, covering juniors, majors, and seniors, the only ball I've been at least saw tattooed was, again, across the way at Wayne Memorial Field where St. Mary's crushed that thing in that major game.
Next pitch is low and away for ball two. 2-1 now on the batter.
Get nobody out here, top of the first. Runners at first and second for Upper Moreland. They're looking to take the early lead.
Next pitch swung on Hit out to where the shortstop would be, but he was holding on the runner at second. Here comes the throw in from the outfield. Runner slides in safely without a play. So that'll be the second hit. Third runner to get on base to start the game. Produces a run for Upper Moreland. That'll bring up first baseman number 19, Jimmy Murray.
Home plate umpire will tell Upper Moreland to get back in the dugout again. The entire team came out to celebrate that first run. The home plate umpire is all business here tonight.
Yeah.
So just like that, again, the bad guys, Upper Moreland, take the early lead 1-0.
So Clyde comes set. Next pitch to Jimmy is ball one. 1-0 now. Still we have runners at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the first. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit fair just over the base. Hits the inside fence, bounces into left field. One run's going to score. Second runner goes to third, and Jimmy Murray is into second with a double. That's 3 hits and a walk to lead off the game here for Upper Moreland, now having a 2-0 lead over DuBois.
Not the start you were wanting right now for DuBois. Again, nobody out. 2 runs scored as of now. Again, runners at third and second. This is not the ideal situation.
We'll still have nobody out, and designated hitter number 2, Michael Harder, swings at the first pitch. It's going into shallow left field. Walker Thomas could not find the ball. It hits about 15 feet from him. So that's going to drop in for a base hit. And that's another hit.
And again,
another run.
Kind of wonder if the cloud coverage, again, as we mentioned, lights are on here. Again, it is kind of getting that dusk, at least some little sunlight trying to poke out. But again, it's something that you wonder if the cloud coverage really at least caused him to lose the sight of the ball of that. As right now we'll have head coach come on out. It looks like we might have a pitching change here early on.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to bring in Noah Farrell.
3 runs off of 4 hits. Again, still nobody out here on the top of the first. Again, this 7-inning contest. Again, this is day 3 of the state senior tournament. Again, part of the winner's bracket. And Upper Moreland with the early advantage. As you mentioned, we will have a pitching change.
Yes, Noah Farrell is coming in to pitch. Mason Dingfelt is going to move from third to first. Looks like Braden Zatzik is moving from second to third. And it looks like Wes Clyde is going to second base.
Farrell on the mound would best describe him a lengthy, tall right-hander. Definitely got some speed, very similar to at least what we saw with Deeb on the mound last night.
Yes.
He definitely bring
he
it.
definitely throws a hard ball.
So size things up right now. Again, we got runners at second and third. Again, nobody out. 3-0 advantage for Upper Moreland. If you're just joining us here on 96.7 and 99.7 FM, connectradio.fm on the online side, and video live streaming on the Proietti Media YouTube channel. Thank you to everyone tuning in tonight for this ball game. Nick Proietti along with Joe Grecco to the left-hand side of me. As again, we are back here for day 3 of this action. And again, what has been an exciting tournament, some interesting surprises. And so far, as again, we started this day with 6 teams, we are down to the final 4. It is these 2 squads in Hollidaysburg and Oil City. And again, those 2 teams, a part of that loser's bracket, will play tomorrow right here at Stern at 1 o'clock. So, Joe, I guess, how do we describe this start right now for DuBois? I mean, this is not what we're used to out of this squad.
No, well, last night we did give up 2 runs in the top of the first. The bottom of the first, and it stayed 2-0 for a little bit. Not the start we wanted to see, that's for sure, with all these hits. But the unable to see the ball out in left field is really was what's the story here. Because Walker Thomas is an excellent outfielder. For some reason, looking up in the high sky, the low hanging clouds, he's not able to pick up the ball off the bat for some reason.
And that's kind of what I was alluding to, is that, again, some routine plays not being made here by DuBois. Farrell will step off the mound, looking over to second.
This will be Noah's first pitching experience here in this tournament. This first pitch is low and away to the shortstop, number 13, Chase Moore. No, it definitely throws a lot harder than the other pitchers. Even just a little bit harder than Samson D, but not much. Second pitch is taken for ball 2. Again, it's going to be how long it takes him to get the release point to be throwing some strikes tonight.
Still trying to find that strike zone.
That pitch is across the plate, but low. So 3-0. It's kind of mirror images Sam Deeb's start last night. He walked his first batter. A 3-0 pitch. Just inside, not by much. So they have a 4-pitch walk to load the bases. Still with nobody out and 3 runs in for Upper Moreland. That'll bring up the second baseman, number 4, Chase Rampula.
And we are situated here on the right-hand side of Stern Field. So, again, those left-handed batters, again, that strike zone, a little impossible to tell. You might have a better angle on me, at least compared to at least where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm a little bit further behind home plate, but still the angle, you really can't tell where it crosses the plate. I kind of judge by where the catcher catches it a little bit. Can kind of tell if it's outside. Like there, he reached inside to get that one. So ball 1 inside. So after 5 pitches, we're still waiting for Noah to find his release point here to get us a strike. There's one. That had to be a strike. Ike didn't even move.
I was going to say, that was right down the pipeline.
Yeah, if that's not a strike, there's no zone.
And again, no surprise that he held up at the plate there. Again, he's just waiting for Farrell to at least kind of get that strike going.
Oh, and this one he bounces into. Isaac Dennison made a nice stop there to hold the runner at third base and no advancing. The base is loaded with nobody out. Noah takes a deep breath. Winds and delivers. This one is hit down the first base line. Evidently our coach down Upper Moreland's coach down the first base line must have made a heck of a play on that. But it's 2-2 on the batter. This one's lifted out into center field. And Bryson Kale couldn't find that ball. It drops in front of him by about 10 feet. So that'll drop in for another single. I'm not sure what's going on with the baseballs not being able to be seen by the outfield.
Again, kind of an interesting situation here because, again, DuBois, this is their home field, should be used to the conditions out here, especially the light and everything. So, again, we've had 4 well-hit balls in the outfield. That should be routine, at least plays, but
we should be well out of this inning, but we're not. We still have no outs, bases loaded, 4 runs in. Brings up catcher number 32, Jake Gibbs. I'm hoping we can either see some strikeouts or ground balls. That pitch is in there, taken for strike 1. That's a good sign. Maybe Noah's settling in here. Yeah, it's too low. Ball 1. 1-1. There's only actually been 1 ground ball hit, and it was between short and third, and for a single earlier. That pitch is high for ball 2. 2-1.
Well, again, marked difference of what we saw yesterday with Hollidaysburg and here for at least Upper Moreland. Again, they're taking a couple pitches, especially knowing that at least right now for Farrell, he's having difficulty getting that strike zone going.
He runs the count to 3-1 on that pitch, high and away.
And bases loaded, nobody out. Again, 4-0 advantage for Upper Moreland here, top of the first.
This is going to raise Upper Moreland's confidence when they get out in the field, unless we hit some fly balls that they can't find.
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing to see is how they react on the defensive side. Again, is this a 2-team at least issue right now with the cloud coverage here? As well,
batter calls time. We have a full count here on the batter. Bases loaded. Wind up pitch, low and away. That'll walk in a run.
So make it 5-0 lead now for Upper Moreland. Still nobody out.
This will be the 9th player to bat, and so far all 8 have reached base.
Infield will come on in to at least talk with Farrell and try to calm him down.
Might be trying to do too much if you're trying to strike people out because you're afraid that the outfield's not going to be able to see the ball if they hit it out there. But the number 9 hitter, the center fielder for Upper Moreland, Jacob Spady, steps in. Pitch right down the middle, or strike one.
I think that's the simple thing right now for Farrell is, again, don't overcomplicate things. Just, again, do what you're in charge to do is just pitch strikes.
And this one gets past Isaac Dennison, but no advancement. Kind of bounced off the backstop, right back to him. They held the runner. But it's 1-1 now on the batter. So we've had 5 base hits and 3 walks, produced 5 runs for Upper Moreland here in the top of the first inning. Farrell's next pitch is a little bit low, 2-1.
That was close. I could have argued for Farrell on that one.
Yeah. Be interesting if the strike zone stays the same for both pitchers. We might be here past midnight.
Don't say that. Someone's have to get up early. Joe, I know you're a night owl again, but I want some rest. I'm not in my 20s anymore.
Oh, neither am I. Nowhere near it. And the 3-1 pitch swung on, fouled down the right field line. Actually caught part of the fence and retrieved by the first baseman. That'll run the count to 3-2. So full count, full bases here. A 3-2 pitch on the way. Low and away for ball 4. So that'll produce a 6th run for Upper Moreland. And we'll rotate right back to the top of the order.
As we'll have timeout called once again, as we'll see the head coach come on out for DuBois, as we might see a new pitcher now, as again he approaches Farrell. Again, nobody out. Bases still are loaded. 6-0 advantage here, top of the first. Got a ball game that got at least started a little behind schedule due to, again, previous contests going long. But right now, this is not the ideal, at least start for DuBois, what you wanted out of this squad. Again, a couple routine fly balls in the outfield should have been recorded as outs, but instead were at least recorded as hits just due to the fact that, again, players lost that baseball in the cloud coverage and the lights. So it looks like Farrell will stay on the mound again. It seemed like more so his coach trying to calm him down.
Yeah, he's already thrown 21 pitches, but got the base hit and 2 walks. Although the base hit, again, should have been an out. So we've had at least 3 of those balls that were hit to the outfield that are typically caught. But bring up Mr. O'Connor again. The leadoff batter takes high for ball 1. He started the game off with what's ruled as a double because it went over Walker Thomas's head and he had no idea it was back there. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1.
1-1 count here.
Farrell's throw is high for ball 2.
So Connor had to kind of tilt away from that a little too high and inside.
Noah seems like he's a little disappointed with himself right now. That one is low.
You can tell by the release point, again, the effort behind some of these pitches by Farrell that, again, yeah, he is kind of putting that pressure on himself.
Yes. Just try not to overthrow and just throw it through the catcher. Just throw some strikes, see what happens. 3-1 pitch coming. Oh, it comes set. Strike 2 called. Looks like that caught the outside corner. So we have another full count. 3-2. Farrell throws and it's fouled down the third base line. He spoiled a pitch there.
As I say, right now with every 3-2 count, you got to hold your breath, again, waiting to see what the result is going to be. Again, a strikeout would be huge to boost that confidence for Farrell and, again, company out there in the field.
Sure would. And you can tell with the foul balls that have been hit, they are way behind on the fastball when he does get it in the zone. They're either swinging and missing or barely hitting it foul. This one's fouled straight back. Off the backstop, rolls back out the field. So it'll be another 3-2 pitch on the way.
Crowd trying to get into it here. Trying to show some support for the guy on the mound.
I think our crowd is probably in shock. Pitch is low and away for ball 4. So that's 10 players at the plate and 10 players have reached base. Base is still loaded. Nobody out. 7 runs in now for Upper Moreland.
So now you take a look at that mercy roll. Granted, it's got to hit 5 innings, but right now, again, magic numbers of 3 for Upper Moreland to put that early pressure on here in this ball game.
I have a feeling the players are even partially shocked at what's going on here. Pitch is called a ball, a little bit outside.
And where Upper Moreland got to this point, again, a 9-2 win early day 1 against Mid-Valley. 8-3 advantage over Penn Ridge.
That pitch called a strike. Runs the count to 1-1. To get here in sectionals, they had a round-robin type sectional tournament where they played the same team a couple times and went undefeated. That pitch is in there for strike 2. And then they played the final game against the team in second of the round robin, defeated them 16-2 to win their section. That pitch is swung on and missed. We have our first out of the game as strikeout.
That's what
for Noah Farrell.
As I say, that's what the doctor ordered there for Farrell. Again, a strikeout, huge first out. Again, the damage has been done. Again, so far 7-0 advantage. Off of 5 hits so far for Upper Moreland, but again, to boost that confidence, that's what you needed.
So Luke Sword will step in, and he had a single earlier in the inning. This one swung on, fielded by the third base coach. I believe that's Mr. Rumpula is their head coach, manager, whatever you want to call him. He's coaching at third base. Our 0-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. That looked like it had a little movement on that one.
So how about this back-to-back hitters where Farrell's at least ahead of the count. Chance here to pick up strikeout number 2.
0-2 pitch on the way. Same pitch but curved out of the strike zone, so ball 1. 1-2.
Well, for Farrell so far, again, coming in relief here. Again, 36 pitches so far.
1-2 pitch. Called strike 3.
Upper Moreland was not happy with that. With Sword, it looks like he was not too pleased with that call.
Yeah, he thought that was a little bit under his knees. That'll bring up Jimmy Murray. He had one of those not seen doubles. Batting now with bases loaded and 2 outs. Pitch just a little bit high. Called for ball 1. 1-0 pitch, swung on, fouled straight back.
You definitely tell, though, that there is some speed behind these pitches as, again, Upper Moreland struggling to at least now they're going to say that ball hit him.
No, they're saying that it was catcher's interference.
Excuse me, yes. So, wow, what a strange turn of events here this first inning. It's had everything, and now an 8-0 lead. I do believe, again, head coach for DuBois, Coach D, will try to get an explanation on that one.
Yeah, because it seemed like the player made the call, and the umpires, they didn't even get a conference together. He just looked down at a couple of the umpires and.
Well, it's unfortunately the decision has been made. It's final by the
they're not
umpire.
going to change it. So that will actually go down. Scoring-wise, that's considered an E2. So that'll be an error on the catcher. But now we have bases loaded, and designated hitter Michael Harda will be back at the plate. He also has a single here in the first. He swings and misses for strike 1.
Mentioning again before that play for at least Farrell that again his speed right now again Upper Moreland's having a little difficulty timing it.
This pitch in there for strike 2. So we'll see if he ends up striking out the side after having a little bit of a rough start. 0-2 pitch right down the middle, taken for strike 3. So hopefully he's settled in and get the bats out, boys. You're down 8-0 after a half an inning. Yeah,
as I say, again, with the 8-0 advantage for Upper Moreland, again, as you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
The infused IV bar.
Each day in Pennsylvania, there's at least 15,000 children taken from their homes due to abuse or neglect. Foster parents provide homes to these needy children. Lifespan Family Services trains, supports, and compensates foster parents to address this problem. Call Lifespan Family Services today at 375-1314 or drop in at the DuBois Mall or at Lane Avenue in Punxsutawney. Lifespan Family Services, helping people help children every day. 375-1314.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field. Moving to the bottom of the first inning to see what kind of response here the DuBois Senior All-Stars can have to the 8-0 start here by Upper Moreland. The Upper Moreland players that were warming up in the outfield were trying to throw the ball as high as they could to the other outfielders to kind of get used to what it looks like up in the air. But I think they're going to have maybe a little bit more of an advantage now that it's totally dark. That following the ball might actually be easier now than it was when it was not quite so dark.
But again, makes sense there, at least in the outfield, to again do a little of those routine plays just to get that at least look after seeing that DuBois struggled in the outfield with a couple flyouts.
So Mr. Simmons is ready to throw. First pitch is high and away for ball 1. And once again, DuBois is facing a left-handed pitcher. A 1-0 pitch is in there for ball 2. 2-0. Hopefully, maybe even with the 8-0, we'll be a little bit more patient at the plate and get some good pitches to hit here. 2-0. Taken outside corner for strike 1. 2-1 now on the batter. A 2-1 pitch high for ball 3. Sampson is doing pretty well at the plate in the tournament. He's 3 for 7, 2 walks, batting .429 in the 2 games that we've played so far. A 3-1 pitch called on the inside corner.
He tried to do the sell job.
Yeah, he raised his hands like it was way inside, but must have caught the inside corner. 3-2 pitch. Lifted down the right field line, fouling out of play. Count will remain full. They're going to have to take every at-bat serious and be patient and get a good pitch to hit and hopefully have some good results to try to peck away at that lead.
Timeout called by the pitcher and catcher right now. They will meet up. Go over, it looks like, again, just talk over the signs very quickly.
These guys are wearing wristbands. I see a lot of that more in when I do the USCAA College World Series. The girls have, because the coaches will yell out 4-4-1, and they'll look on their wristband to see what pitch, where it's supposed to be located. I'm not sure what all they're using theirs for, but that's ball 4. So whatever pitch that was called, I liked it. That'll bring up left fielder number 22, Walker Thomas. Walker's 1 for 8 so far in the tournament.
That's what you wanted to again see as your leadoff man on board with nobody out. Still trailing by 8.
That was a good 7-pitch at bat. That first pitch is in there for strike 1.
I think that's the approach you got to take right now is, again, you want to elevate that pitch count and try to be patient at the plate.
Yeah, the patience in not swinging at non-strikes is going to be a plus. They tried to pick off Deeb at first base. Now Jimmy Murray's holding the ball like Sampson's not going to know it's there. Throws it back to the pitcher.
Do the old hidden ball trick. I've seen that work once.
Well, it worked earlier today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One prior game in about the 5th inning. This pitch is high for ball 1. 1-1 now. It was kind of instant karma. Pitcher beamed a batter, and he went down to first base, and he was kind of jawing at the pitcher, and then he stole second and wasn't really paying attention. He was kind of like being cocky, if you will, and the shortstop never threw the ball back. He took a lead and got tagged out.
Interesting.
So, instant karma. You're going to be cocky and not pay attention and jaw at the team, then that's what happens. 2-1 pitch. Called strike 2. 2-2 now. Walker wasn't real happy with that call. It looked like it might have been a little bit high, but pretty close.
It's kind of at least a wide strike zone, it feels like, or at least trying to get a feel for this home plate umpire.
That pitch was too wide. It's 3-2. So out of 12 pitches, we have a full count and a walk. So their pitcher's struggling a bit here at the start of the game. See if DuBois can take advantage and put some runs up. That's way inside, almost hits him. So that'll be 2 batters faced, 2 walks. That'll bring up first baseman number 4, Mason Dinkfeld. Mason's having an excellent tournament so far. He's 3 for 5, 4 walks, 4 runs scored, batting .600 here early in the tournament. So we have a left-hander against a lefty here.
I wonder right now for the pitcher on the mound again, that lengthy top of the first again possibly threw off his rhythm as Dinkfeld will call for timeout at home plate. But you wonder for the pitcher on the mound right now for Upper Moreland again, was that time length again sitting in the dugout, again a little at least took away from his potential rhythm here on the mound.
Yeah, I think it might put you in the mindset, wow, we're up 8-0. I'm going to be a little careful or too careful. Plus, in looking at their pitching, he actually has not thrown since July 4th. They had that championship game on Independence Day, and he's pitched then. So it's been a good 7 days since he last been on the mound. The 0-1 pitch, low for ball 1, 1-1.
It's still nobody out here. Runners at first and second for DuBois. Trailing by 8 here. Again, 8-0. Pitcher and catcher will come back out. Again, probably talk about signs. Probably go over that wristband once again. Because it looks like, again, at least catcher gets the call from the dugout. Again, looks down to his wristband.
1-1 pitch. In there for strike 2, 1-2.
I do believe that's the first time he's been ahead of the count.
Yes, it is.
So maybe he's starting to settle down a bit here.
A 1-2 pitch coming to Mason. He steps off and steps toward second. And Samson Deeb was about 2 feet off the base at the time. Now he takes his lead. Shortstop playing a game behind him. This pitch ripped foul down the right field line.
We'll do it again at 1-2 for Dinkfeld.
Everybody retreats. Deeb to second. Walker Thomas to first. They retrieve a new baseball for the pitcher. Waiting for our 1-2 pitch. Simons comes set. And he beans him. So on a 1-2 count, now we have 2 walks and a hit batsman, and DuBois has the bases loaded. That will bring up designated hitter number 20, Maddox Clark.
As we'll see the head coach come on out, I do believe, for Upper Moreland, as he's going to at least call for timeout from the ump.
I think, again, this is going to be one of those deals where we're out to calm him down. He knows he's a good pitcher. He just needs to try to settle in and throw some strikes. You have an 8-0 lead. And we're going to have a pinch runner come in at first base for, looks like for Mason Dinkfeld. I can't see who it is.
As I say, you have a better angle than I do on that one, but again, the meeting on the mound will come to an end. Head coach will step on out.
Okay, the runner at first base is Isaiah Tuning, so he'll be coming in to run for Mason Dinkfeld.
But the size of the situation here in the bottom of the first, again, bases loaded, nobody out. Chance for DuBois to gain back some of those runs lost in the top of the first.
Now, Maddox is one of our leading hitters. He's 5 for 6 and 2 walks, batting a solid .833 on the tournament. That pitch is called strike, and somehow must have surprised the catcher because he never caught it. Took it off the chest protector. Looks at the wristband. Gives the signal to Mr. Simmons. He's in the windup now. Pitch is pretty high, but swung on and missed at a high pitch. DuBois has to stay patient and swing at good pitches.
Catcher will tell at least the pitcher to, hey, settle down.
He got lucky on a high, hard one there. So no balls, 2 strikes. This one's hit out into left field for a single. That will score a run. It didn't go very far out into left field, and the outfielder was able to scoop that up and throw it back in quickly to limit it to 1 run for DuBois. But the bases will still be loaded and nobody out. And this will bring up our pitcher, number 9, Noah Farrell. Noah's 4 for 7, batting .571 with a walk. 2 runs scored. Pitch is high for ball 1. This 1 run has the DuBois bench a little bit excited anyway.
And looking for anything to kind of at least boost some confidence, get excited about.
That pitch is at the knees, taken for a strike. He's already up to 23 pitches.
And nobody warming up right now in the bullpen for Upper Moreland.
The 1-1 pitch. In for strike 2. Noah felt that was a little bit high.
From my angle, that looked like that was right just under the lettering, so.
Yeah. But 1 and 2. He saw another pitch. It only takes 1 to hit it. You can do that with 2 strikes. The pitcher's actually out there like ready to pitch. He stands there ready to pitch like he's going to quick pitch. This pitch fouled off down toward third base coach, Chris Deeb.
Kind of try to pull off like an intimidation, at least move there on the mound with a timeout called. Count remains the same at 1 and 2.
Yeah, he kind of gets set. He's ready to pitch and comes set before the batter even gets in the box. Now he's taking his time. Looks like he's moving the ball around, switching the pitch. At least the grip. And this is fouled off down behind the first base dugout and out of play. Count will remain 1 and 2. It looks like Mr. Simmons may be finding the strike range because those are all good pitches that Noah is fouling off, and now he steps off. Going through their signs again. Wind up the pitch. Low for ball 2.
Not a bad, at least, pitch right there. Again, he was hoping for him to reach at that one. Good eye of the plate. Count goes even, 2 and 2.
Everybody takes their leads off all of the bases. Simons was set a while ago, and he's pitching. swung on and fouled into the catcher's glove. They throw it down to first, and the runner gets back safely.
So just like that, the first out recorded here for Upper Moreland. And again, it's been kind of an interesting struggle for both teams on the defensive side.
That will bring our center fielder, Bryson Kale, up to the plate. Bryson's 3 for 5 and 2 walks. Most all the DuBois hitters have really large batting averages in the first 2 games.
Now it seems like with Simmons on the mound that he's starting to settle down.
Yep, that was pitch was right there. Strike 1. Now again, Kale steps out. So we're trying to maybe mess with his timing.
I think also to Upper Moreland try to shift a few players out there in the field.
The 0-1 pitch. Curves in there and catches the outside corner. 0-2. Now, DuBois hitters can't swing at any bad pitches, but the ones that they get, they got to try to do something with. Then we have a timeout called again.
Gale had his head up for quite a while there. Umpire took his sweet time to grant it.
This pitch is high and wide. Snap throw to first. And Jimmy Murray is jawing at the umpire and jumping around. He was called safe. You don't want to be messing with umpires. 8-1 lead. Just take the ball and throw it back to your pitcher.
A lot of folks out there for Upper Moreland thought that was at least out number 2.
1-2 pitch to Kale. He swings and misses for strike 3. Second out now of the inning. Seems like we have like a mirror image here. That now he's found his strike range. That'll bring up second baseman, number 12, Wes Clyde.
The key difference, though, is, again, for Simmons on the mound. Again, he's the starting pitcher. He's been out there the whole time. Again, DuBois on their number 2 pitcher so far.
So with 2 outs and the bases loaded, and Wes Clyde takes strike 1. So he's definitely settled down and found his release point from throwing strikes. He's not a softy either. He's throwing pretty hard. 0-1. Goes a little sidearm, and that's taken for strike 2. 0-2 now. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit up the middle, but the shortstop will make the play and step on second for the third out of the inning. DuBois answers the 8 spot by getting 1 run on only 1 hit. There were 3 walks and left 3 runners on base. So we'll end the first inning with Upper Moreland ahead of DuBois by a score of 8-1.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball, the Senior State Tournament here on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
The team at Napa Auto Parts is behind all of the DuBois All-Star Little League teams. Just like in their business, the team part of teamwork is what makes winners. All of the hard work and dedication has gotten you to the All-Stars, and the Napa team is proud of you. Congratulations, and you will hear us cheering you on. If you need auto parts, visit Napa Auto Parts and experience the Napa know-how.
Attention, Little League teams and fans. This season, Smith's Lawn and Landscaping is proud to sponsor your local Little League. We're here to cheer you on and wish every team the best of luck. Score big with Smith's Lawn and Landscaping. We're ready to tackle any landscaping challenge and help you hit a home run with your outdoor space. For landscaping that hits it out of the park, choose Smith's Lawn and Landscaping, proudly supporting Little League and your community. Visit us online at smithslawnandlandscaping.com or follow us on Facebook today.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field. They're completing their warm-up tosses. And like I had said about the Upper Moreland team in the warm-ups, the team is out there throwing the outfield balls as high as they can to each other to kind of get a sight line to watch the ball.
Yeah, definitely don't want a repeat of what happened there at the top of the first, where again 8 were scored by Upper Moreland. Again, it is an 8-1 advantage here as we move to the top of the second. So at least DuBois was able to play one. Again, it was a lengthy bottom of the first. That's what we were kind of talking off air there, Joe, is that, again, it was a lengthy bottom of the first that, again, only mustered up one run. They had opportunities, and that's kind of the souring situation, is that this should be a lot closer game. But either way, though, again, here's a chance. Upper Moreland, they're looking to extend their lead.
First pitch from Farrell is swung on and fouled straight back. Yeah, it would have been nice to put up a couple more when you have bases loaded and nobody out. End up seeing two of your better hitters strike out.
But you saw Simmons, though. He got settled down, at least on the mound, so we'll see what he's capable of doing now as the game moves on.
This pitch is high and outside for ball one. Chase Moore here, the shortstop from Upper Moreland, walked in the first inning. Left-hander. Pitch is in there for a called strike two. Oh, a little off-speed pitch on that one. Had a lot of movement.
And Joe, you mentioned, at least we'll have a timeout call at home plate, but you mentioned that, again, you know, where the situation comes for both managers, especially DuBois, again, trailing right now, again, of how do you approach pitching? How do you approach a lot of this, at least movement with your players, just for the fact that, again, do you have to prepare to play tomorrow, or, again, do you want to focus on, hey, maybe we could play Saturday?
Right, because you got to plan your pitching staff accordingly now that you're down to the last couple days of the tournament. This ball is grounded out to the shortstop. Deeb's up with it. Quick throw to first base. We'll get it out. At least we finally got a ground ball. Can't lose a ground ball in the lights. At least I've never seen that happen.
I was going to say, you hope not. So thankfully, again, it was a routine play across the field, and just like that, again, one away.
So that'll bring up the second baseman, number 4, Chase Rumpula.
Great. At least you have seen some interesting things so far this state tournament. I mentioned, again, you have the hidden ball trick earlier. We got the home run. Again, it's been just, we had a couple balks already.
And Noah Farrell's first pitch is in there for strike one. Yeah, these tournaments you always see a little bit of everything in these tournaments. Pitch swung on and fouled off behind home plate for strike two. But like I say, it'll be interesting to see if we hold Noah to 60 or under, so he'll only need 1 day rest, which means he could actually come back Saturday if we end up playing 2. Now we have a ball lifted out into left field, and it looks like Walker Thomas had it all the way, makes the catch.
No trouble
for out number 2.
Good to see no trouble fielding that one in the outfield. So routine play as it should have been at the top of the first will be here in the top of the second, so 2 away. So that's good. Again, as we mentioned, again, it is completely dark here. The lights are fully on. Again, the pool lights turned off.
Yeah, it all makes a little bit of sightline difference. That'll bring up their catcher, number 32, Jake Gibbs. He walked in the first. Comes up with nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Dennison will call timeout.
Our guys don't wear wristbands. So
yeah, who knows? Maybe they got the in football you got the microphones, the headsets, or that AI where it's like, hey, here, play this.
I'm surprised they haven't gone to that where they have one maybe with the catcher and the pitcher wearing it, that the home coach can just say, hey, throw a fastball.
I think that's just amazing that, again, as they've shown off that technology in Major League Baseball, that, again, it's like, hey, fastball or 4C,
Yeah. So first pitch was outside for ball 1. Farrell comes set. That pitch is low for ball 2.
Granted, that technology, as early on as it is, again, it's only in the majors. I think it's coming to the minors as well, too. But, again, for Little League, I think that might be a little too expensive.
Yeah, it might be a stretch. The 2-0 pitch. Speaking of the stretch, Noah's actually pitching from the stretch instead of the windup. He got that one in there for strike 1. So maybe he's felt more comfortable pitching from the stretch. That pitch is low for ball 3. 3-1.
Pitch count right now for him, 53 on the mark.
3-1 pitch. Thrown outside for ball 4. So Jake Gibbs gets his second walk of the game. That'll bring up center fielder number 0, Jacob Spady. He'll bat with a runner at first and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
Again, that pitch count, we'll keep an eye out. 55 right now for Farrell on the mound. Again, he looked over to the dugout. Again, not sure if we do have bullpen activity for DuBois, but
Yeah, most of their relief pitchers are out on the field. This pitch must have been just outside. Spady had squared around and pulled back to watch the ball.
Can't imagine if Farrell loses Spady here, that again his might be ended here.
It might be ended either way if he gets to 60 and they want to save him. So it's 2-0 now. That pitch was low and away. After getting 2 quick outs here, Noah seems to be struggling a bit, and as I say that, he fires one right down the middle. 2-1 now.
2 away. Runner at first for Upper Moreland. Again, the 8-1 advantage for that team here in the top of the second.
2-1. He tries to bunt it and fouls it right at the feet of Isaac Dennison. So it'll be 2-2. Two and 2 on the batter, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Runner takes his lead at first. Farrell's pitch taken for strike 3. So that'll be Noah's 4th strikeout. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on for Upper Moreland. We'll move to the bottom of the second inning. Upper Moreland leading DuBois by a score of 8-1.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, we'll be back after this quick timeout, which again, our game is presented by Star Trucking.
Star Trucking wishes the DuBois Little League teams good luck during the 2024 All-Star season. Right now, Star Trucking is looking for players to join their team. Now hiring day cab drivers in the Pittsburgh, Ohio, and West Virginia region. Shift work, guaranteed pay, 7 days a week hauling sand for the oil and gas industry. Apply online at startrucking.com. That's startrucking.com. Making trucking great again.
Car dead on the side of the road? Call the Undertaker. Auto Undertaker Towing and Repair for 24/7 towing and roadside assistance. Tire changes, jump starts, out of gas, lockouts, 24-hour towing service serving Clearfield, Jefferson, and surrounding counties. They also handle preventative maintenance and all auto repairs, big and small. And at AutoUndertaker.net and Facebook, 592-4186 for quick, easy help 24/7.
Back to Stern Family Field as we moving to the bottom of the second inning with Upper Moreland having the upper hand with a score of 8-1.
As you're listening to tonight's game, again, 96.7, 99.7 FM, connectradio.fm on the online side. Video live streaming as we do on the Proietti Media YouTube channel. Nick Proietti along with Joe Grecco to the left-handed side of me here at Stern Family Field on a gorgeous, cool night, a finally cool night here in the summertime. I like it. And unfortunately, though, it's not the result that we're wanting to see there, Joe.
Not so far. Our leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second is our third baseman, number 1, Braden Zatzik. He promptly lines the ball out into right field. That'll be a base hit. Good start to the bottom of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 hit. That'll bring up right fielder number 6, Jonathan Reed. That was Braden's first hit of the tournament.
Chance for a little momentum here. Get back into this ball game.
He takes his lead. Again, they're going to be careful on the leadoffs with a left-hander out there. Pitch is low for ball 1. Short hops the catcher. Makes a nice play keeping it in front of him so that there's no advancement. 1-0 pitch. High for ball 2.
Again, looking at the pitch count here as we're in the bottom of the second for Simmons. Again, 38 so far. We'll see how far he goes in this ball game.
Now, their other 4 pitchers will be all available the rest of the tournament for them, so they kind of have the upper hand now on the pitching.
But again, will he have a short hook if he runs into trouble? Again, we'll see. At least it's kind of that chess match of what will the manager do.
Next pitch called, strike one. Actually, strike two. 2-2 now on Jonathan Reed. Zatzik takes his lead at first. It's taken a while to read that wristband this time. Our 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Hit out toward and somehow made it past Jimmy Murray. It bounced and he tried to actually grab it with his bare hand. Ends up out in right field, and Braden Zatzik goes the whole way to third base on a base hit for Jonathan Reed. I was hesitating there to see what the press box called that because they had a better view of it than I did. Jimmy's trying to explain what happened to his manager across the field. That'll bring Sansom Deeb in, our leadoff hitter and shortstop. He walked and scored in the first. Now we're going to have a little meeting at, they're all looking at the wristbands like, what's he saying in the dugout?
As coach right now for Upper Moreland, again, flashing signs over there as players will look at all the wristbands.
In the meantime, Braden Zatzik's trying to steal home. But there's actually a timeout being called. I don't think they ever brought the ball back in play. That was a nice try.
Said home plate umpire saying, hey, what are you doing? And right now head coach for DuBois saying, hey, again.
He's saying we still had timeout because we never really did put the ball back in play. So the players were out there looking at their wristbands.
As now we're back to action, or at least we're going to hold up as at least getting the signs.
Yeah, there's the back in action sign from the umpire. First and third, nobody out. Pick-off play to first. A low throw managed by Jimmy Murray. Jonathan Reed gets back safely. This pitch swung on, fouled off the end of the bat behind home plate now. 0-1.
Going back there again with that meeting of at least the infielders for Upper Moreland again, you saw some visible frustration towards their head coach going, hey, what are you signing to us? We don't have that on our sheet. So it looks like
maybe in this dark, maybe the sheet's a little too small. Maybe they're just having trouble reading it. Again, we're trying to pick off, move to first.
Trying to hold him over there, and again, so far working.
He's not taking all that big of a lead again with the left-hander up there. They're being careful. 0-1 pitch. High and outside. Oh, wait a minute. They called a balk. Someone, it must have been the second base umpire because he's actually explaining it to the pitcher who's frustrated. But that will bring in a run. Braden Zatzik gets to advance and score. And then Jonathan Reed gets to go to second base. Count remains 0-1 as there's no pitch on a balk.
So just like that, again, run gain for DuBois, trailing by 6, however.
Another runner in scoring position. Now the shortstop's trying to play a game out there, and Sampson swings and misses at the pitch. 0-2 now.
A little too high on that one.
He looked like he was trying to hit that to the city building out in center field. Just need to make contact, boys. We need base runners to eat away at this lead. 0-2 pitch. High and away. Easy take. 1-2 now.
A waste pitch there by Simmons on the mound. Moves the count to 1-2. Yeah, nobody out. Runner over at second.
Our 1-2 pitch. Still playing around out at second. Sampson lifts this one foul out behind the first base dugout and out of play.
Catcher trying to make an effort to it, but again, as you mentioned, well out of play here at Stern Field.
There's not a real whole lot of foul room here at Stern Family Field behind home plate. It's about probably no more than 10 feet to the backstop.
Especially once you get to the outfield as well, too, again with those lines jetting in.
And we have a step toward second. Jason Jonathan Reed back to second with an 8-2 lead. Sure paying a lot of attention to a base runner. And now he's a little out of rhythm. That was high and outside. 2-2 now on the batter.
You mentioned count goes even here. Got nobody out.
Nobody out. Runner at second. 1 run in. Making it 8-2 now Upper Moreland. Deeb waits the 2-2 pitch. It's high and away for a full count now. Mr. Simmons seems a little frustrated out there now.
Good head coach is going to keep with him, at least on the mound.
And we wait a 3-2 pitch. That pitch is high and inside for ball 4. So we've had 3 batters, and 3 batters have reached. That'll bring up Walker Thomas, a left fielder. And Mr. Simmons is really disappointed out there.
And I was going to say again for Upper Moreland, you got a slight cushioning here, but again, don't want to flirt with DuBois to at least again kind of add on. So again, as we see right now, the head coach coming on out, looks like he'll take the ball from Simmons, and his night will come to an end. Shaking his head.
Looks like somebody's coming in off the bench here.
Looks like that's going to be number 1, I do believe. Or actually 11 for Upper Moreland.
11 is Gavin Schaffert, and he has not pitched in the tournament, so he's going to be his first tournament experience here. So evidently Upper Moreland has more pitchers than they had on their pitching chart that have yet to pitch.
Well, in a tournament like this, that's what you want. Is again, you want enough arms to get you all the way to that Saturday.
Yeah.
As Simmons will come on, at least he'll be brought back into the dugout, so he'll not at least take over position. It actually looks like instead you're gonna have number 19 on the mound. It looked like again originally it looked like
11 is going to actually go to first base. Now Jimmy Murray's a different story. In the first game, he threw 45. I think it was 48 pitches, but rolled back to 45. Had his day rest yesterday.
Apologies on that. It looked like they handed the ball to 11 originally when he was coming out, but instead, yes, it'll be number 19 on the mound for Upper Moreland. Again, the size of the situation here, again, bottom of the second. Again, nobody out still. Again, runners at first and second. 8-2 advantage for Upper Moreland. As DuBois trying to mount a comeback here some way, somehow.
And a little bit of background. Last year, these two teams faced off at the tournament, and Jimmy did pitch against DuBois a little bit, but it was a completely different story because DuBois won in 5 innings by a score of 11-0. But they find themselves behind 8-2 here tonight. Reset that we have runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. 1 run in for DuBois, cutting into that lead, making it 8-2. First pitch from Jimmy Murray is outside for ball 1. Again, now we have to be patient here and let Jimmy get settled in, maybe get some pitches in. Swing at a good pitch. That pitch is called strike. Looked to me like the catcher framed that one, but did it quick enough that he got it called for a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed on a curveball.
Fooled him on that one.
Yeah, it broke the last minute and off the plate, but Walker was committed to swing on that one. It's 1-2. Still only takes 1 to hit it. Walker tries to call time, doesn't get it. Hits the ball, ground ball to third base. He steps on third, throws and airmails the first baseman. So they'll get an out at first. Samson Deeb will go to third. And Walker Thomas is safe at first on the fielder's choice. Or the E5, I should say.
With the first out recorded, however, for Upper Moreland on the tag.
So that was out at third. So
at least a force out. So either way, though, again, getting first out, and again, score stays the same at 8-2.
know what they're asking here now. Murray's asking the first baseman to come. He's asking everybody to come in. Got first and third and one out.
And it might be to talk about that previous play, or at least kind of at least talk about, again, a potential probably double play of, hey, where do we go?
Or what are we going to do if the runner at first takes off? Are we going to throw down? Are we going to throw to third? What play do we have on? Down 8-2, but at least it's a right-handed pitcher. Makes the lead be able to be a little bit bigger. Walker Thomas is a pretty fast runner. Dinkfeld squares around to bunt. There's no movement by any player. There's not really moving anywhere. And finally, Dinkfeld calls timeout. This is kind of, guys are playing like we're watching paint dry here. It's taking forever in between pitches, even though pitcher wants to quick pitch. Then he stands out there trying to figure out what pitch they're calling. Murray comes set. Mason squares around. Fake bunt. They throw to second. It's cut off by the second baseman as he's running toward third. Samson D didn't really go anywhere at third base. So we have a stolen base by Walker Thomas. So we have second and third now with one out. It's interesting that everybody else seems to have a wristband except the pitcher now. I don't see one for Jimmy. That pitch is taken by Mason Dinkfeld for a strike. 1-1. He was not squared around, so they evidently got what they wanted and got the runner to second. Base hit will score 2 here. That'll be helpful. And this is lifted out into right field. It's really high. Right fielder's, yep, he has it. He was dancing around a little bit of happy feet to throw home. Cut off by the pitcher. So Samson Deeb will score on the sacrifice fly to right field. So now with 2 outs, it is an 8-3 ball game. And a runner advanced also to third base. So a runner at third with 2 outs, with Maddox Clark, the designated hitter for DuBois, coming to the plate. Maddox is 1 for 1 tonight. He is actually 6 for 7 on the tournament. First pitch from Murray. Curveball bounces at the plate. Maddox holds up. Takes for ball 1.
2 away. Runner over at third for DuBois. Looking to add another one here.
This pitch is swung on, fouled back into the netting behind home plate. 1-1 now.
It's kind of like we got excitement out on the field and here in the press box as well, too.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on behind me.
Looks like they're tearing apart the 50-50 tickets. This is a slow chopper, chopped real high. Goes off the shin of the third baseman. I'll be honest with everybody, he wasn't going to throw Maddox Clark out anyway. As high as that ball bounced off the turf, I'm going to give him a single. And a run will score now, 8-4. And we'll bring up pitcher Noah Farrell.
You mentioned, again, bobbled that around. Again, was not going to be in time for that, but scores a run. Lead cut in half.
Scoreboard agreed with me that they gave him a hit. So now Maddox, another fast runner, taking a lead. Murray's looking in for a sign. He either has the wristband memorized or they're going old school here. Called a strike. Bounces off the catcher's mitt down the first base line.
It almost feels like with a wristband, it's almost overcomplicating things, and maybe it is causing a little confusion for Upper Moreland, but as you mentioned, yeah, they have at least pitcher on the mound, again, not wearing one.
The 1-strike pitch, off speed, catches Farrell by surprise, 0-2. So runner at first, 2 strikes on the batter, Noah Farrell. 2 outs, 3 runs in for DuBois. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Noah tried to call time. Was not granted time. Ended up fouling the pitch off.
We've seen that quite a bit. That again, DuBois, at least players have called for time, and again, a home plate umpire. It's kind of a 50-50 almost, where again he's granted or not. So he's allowing Upper Moreland to do their thing with the wristbands.
Again, waiting for an 0-2 pitch. This one's fouled down to Coach Deeb, down to third base line. That was kind of way ahead of these pitches. Count will remain 0-2.
Absolutely. 2 away, runner at first. As we now at least sit at 10 o'clock here Eastern time.
The 0-2 pitch. This is swung on. Basically hit over my head, fouling out of play. So at least Noah's getting some rips in here. Hopefully he finds one he likes that he can put in play. Murray's in relief from Mr. Simmons, who had a decent start to the game. This one is swung on and missed, caught by the catcher, thrown to first to complete the strikeout. So that will end the inning with DuBois scoring 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. We'll go to the top of the third inning now with Upper Moreland leading DuBois by a score of 8-4.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
Car dead on the side of the road? Call the Undertaker. Auto Undertaker Towing and Repair for 24/7 towing and roadside assistance. Tire changes, jump starts, out of gas, lockouts, 24-hour towing service serving Clearfield, Jefferson, and surrounding counties. They also handle preventative maintenance and all auto repairs, big and small. And at AutoUndertaker.net and Facebook, 592-4186 for quick, easy help 24/7. Buck's Pizza wishes the best of luck to all of our Little League All-Stars. Your dedication and hard work has paid off, and they are proud of you. Congratulations on a great season. Buck's invites you to fuel up before the game or refuel after a delicious $7.99 pick-a-meal. Or get a family special starting at $17.99. They look forward to serving you. Find their entire menu at buckspizza.com. Good, better, Bucks.
Family Field as we're getting ready for the top of the third inning. DuBois behind Upper Moreland by a score of 8-4. Again, they had a bit of struggling in the outfield in the first inning, allowing 3 or 4 base hits that are typically caught for outs. So technically, he had about a 7-out inning for Upper Moreland, but they got 8 runs, and so now it's up to DuBois to hold them there, while they can try to chip away like they have been to get back in the game.
Like I said, I alluded with Farrell on the mound again. You might as well go the full distance with the guy that, again, has proven that, hey, he's been able to shut down and find his rhythm, slow down this Upper Moreland team. So, again, it's pretty much and the offense did its thing to get you back into this contest. So, yeah, might as well, because, again, right now, again, for either team, it's not a do-or-die situation. But, again, you don't want to play immediately tomorrow. You'd rather have that day off.
First pitch is high and outside. Next pitch is low and then hits the plate.
As you hear Upper Moreland, that at least dugout getting loud.
So far, Zach O'Connor, the leadoff batter for Upper Moreland, led off the game with a double, then walked his second trip up in the first inning. This pitch is outside for ball 3.
Yeah, praise of Farrell again, talking about how he was hitting his stride, and now with the lengthy, at least half inning there by DuBois on the offensive side, struggling a bit here.
Yeah, he walked his first batter he faced and then walked one last inning. Comes in with a strike there to make it 3-1. Comes set. Again, he pitching from the stretch. And he walks him. Walks him on 5 pitches. That'll bring up third baseman number 29, Lucas Zipper. He's walked and struck out. He was Noah's first strikeout victim. He has 4 strikeouts and 3 walks so far. Infield will be looking to turn 2 here. First pitch taken. Strike one. 0-1.
Again, interest. I see that again. Head coach right now for Upper Moreland again, going back to that sheet. Telling the base runner over at first what to do.
Pitch. Call the ball. 1-1. That ball had some late movement on the end of that pitch.
Again, the call-outs for Upper Moreland, again, it's not kind of your typical baseball signs. They're just kind of signing out numbers.
That pitch bounces to Isaac. He makes the nice stop behind the plate. Holds the runner at first. 2-1 now on Zipper. Two-one pitch. In there for strike two. 2-2. Nobody out. Runner at first here in the top of the third inning.
As for Farrell, he's up to 69 pitches so far here in the ball game.
2-2 pitch. Beans him. That might leave a mark.
Look like it's going to be a stinger on that one. We put some ice on that guy, but he's going to be okay. Makes it over to first.
Yeah, he's not feeling too good at first base. That hit him right up under the arm.
As Manager D will come on out of the bullpen, or at least out of the dugout. And we might see Farrell's night come to an end. As we'll wait. It's still not taking the ball out. It looks like actually they're going to stick with Farrell and kind of go over the situation here where, again, it's nobody out and runners right now at first and second for Upper Moreland.
Yeah, we can't give up any more runs here. You expect to come back and win this. It's 8-4 here in the top of the third inning. Have to settle down, throw some strikes, get some outs.
Again, as you're listening to today's ball game here on Connect FM, WCED DuBois, 96.7 and 99.7 FM. ConnectRadio.fm on the online side. Radio live streaming as we have on the Proietti Media YouTube channel. Thank you everyone tuning in tonight. Again, tonight's game again presented by Star Trucking. Nick Proietti, Joe Grecco to the left-hand side of me with the play-by-play. Steve sends the ball back at the house, push all the right buttons.
Well, the meeting at the mound is over. Not sure what the home plate umpire is trying to tell Chris Deeb.
Not sure. Kind of a quick discussion there.
Might be that he only has one more trip to the mound for Noah, that if he comes out again, he'll have to take him out. Again, I think they went over the defense with runners at first and second, what their plan is, what plays on. And to try to settle Noah down after a walk and a hit batsman. Sword squares around to bunt. Bunts it, and it rolls foul. So it'll be strike one. Back into first, Sword got a single and then struck out.
That's another one of those bunts that was almost kind of a line drive, or at least kind of a pop out. Again, we've seen that quite a few times here in these past few ball games. Get behind the count 0-1 here.
He squares around like he's going to bunt again. First baseman's way in already. Noah's taking his time to pitch. He's set. Still set. Looks at second. Home plate umpire just walks away. He didn't throw his hands up for time or anything. He just walked away.
I think the home plate umpire saying, I'm over this. It's past my bedtime.
And he fouls this bunt way behind the net. Actually up and out of play behind home plate. So that'll make it 0-2.
Not saying anything about the home plate umpire's age, but again, it's been a long day for all of us.
Well, it is 10 after 10, and we're only in the top of the third.
Still got a lot of baseball in front of us.
Yes, we do. That pitch is thrown, bounces in front of the plate. 1-2. He was hoping to maybe get Sword to chase on that with an 0-2 pitch. Sword did strike out when he saw Noah Farrell in the first. This pitch again. This one does get away. Runners aren't going to advance, so it's going to be runners at second and third with nobody out.
Well, that's a situation that you didn't want to see right there. Is again, wild pitch. Now again, two base runners in scoring position with nobody out.
And he threw two nice pitches that he wasn't able to bunt in fair territory and got ahead of the hitter, then advanced them on your own. 2-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Out number 1 here in the top of the third inning. That will bring up pitcher Jimmy Murray. He had a double and then reached on catcher's interference. Both happened in the first inning. Runners at second and third take their leads. First pitch to Murray is
That was
high for ball 1.
well high there. That at least release point. A little late there for Farrell. We'll talk score line here after this pitch.
This pitch is right down the heart of the plate. Evens the count at 1-1.
Score line as of right now, again, Upper Moreland with 8 runs off of 5 hits, 1 error so far. DuBois 4 runs off of 4 hits, 1 error.
Next pitch is outside, gets away from Dennison, but nobody's headed home.
That'd have been a very close play at home.
Counts 2-1.
I think Upper Moreland right now playing conservative, again, having the 4-run advantage.
Farrell's about to throw his 79th pitch of the game, and we're in the third inning. Pitch is lifted down the right field line. Everybody chasing it, and looks like the catch was made by Mason Dingfeld. Again, that's down the corner, down the first base line where we don't have a view of it, but nice play there. As he went out of that reach there where we can't see, so it had to be pretty close to the fence. That'll be 2 outs now. Designated hitter Michael Harder will be up. He was 1 for 2 in the first. Swings and misses at the first pitch. He struck out his first trip seeing Farrell, but singled off Clyde. This pitch just misses inside. 1-1. Runners remaining at second and third. Noah's asking if it's inside, and plate umpire verifies, yeah, it was inside. Shakes his head a little, like, why are you asking? But it's nothing wrong with asking politely. That pitch was obviously high and away, making it 2-1.
So plate umpire's at least an interesting fellow behind it, at least home plate.
Our 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2.
And whether it's walking off, at least again calling his own timeout, or again kind of having a little argument with a few players. Either way.
Our 2-2 pitch. Bounces again to Dennison. Be able to catch this one. This runs the count full. Don't want to waste all these pitches and now lose them.
I was going to say a key pitch upcoming right here for Farrell. He sits at 84.
Throwing a lot of pitches to get the outs that he's recorded here. Came in with nobody out in the first inning. Strikes out that batter. That will end the inning. He got out of the beginning where he walked and hit a batter. Had 2 guys on, and they got stranded as there's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Upper Moreland leading DuBois 8-4.
As you're listening to DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is brought to you by Star Trucking.
DeLulo Transport supports our community and our Little League teams. Just like in the trucking business, the team part of teamwork is what makes winners. All of the hard work and practice has gotten you to this point, and DeLulo Transport is proud of you. So here's to all of the DuBois Little League teams. Good luck during the All-Star season, and let's play ball.
DeLulo Transport in DuBois, family owned with over 30 years experience. Their reliability to deliver on deadline is what they do best.
The Infused IV Bar sends the best of luck to the DuBois Little League All-Star teams. At Infused IV Bar, they're focused on your wellness. Their physician-supervised IV therapy bar offers over 15 different vitamin IV drips and vitamin injections that can assist in reversing the daily stresses of life while rehydrating and replenishing your body. Infused IV Bar appreciates all the coaches, players, and parents' hard work and dedication. Congratulations on a great season.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field. The Upper Moreland pitcher is ready to pitch. Having a little conversation here from head coach Chris Deeb with the home plate umpire.
Again, smiles, it looked like, or at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, it seemed like a friendly conversation.
That's good.
The umpire was smiling a little bit. Chris will smile a little bit.
We haven't had a manager toss from any game so far in this tournament, right?
No.
Okay, good. We don't want that to happen here in tonight's ball game either.
First pitch, swung on, slow roller down the first base line. They're going to let it roll, and it rolls back fair. And Bryson Cale is going to be on with an infield single. That ball seemed to be riding right on the line the whole time. And as Cale went by the pitcher, Jimmy Murray decided not to field it. And it stayed in fair territory.
Interesting decision there by Upper Moreland not to go after that one. So Cosley at least play. Gets a leadoff man on board here for DuBois.
And he's taking a big lead, and Wes Clyde will come to the plate. He squares the bunt, and he fouls it off. Seems like the art of bunting has not been very good yet this tournament.
No. You got to be soft, at least on that touch. Instead, it's been kind of aggressive.
Yeah, they're squared around late and kind of like poking at the ball. It's 0-1 now on Clyde. Again, he's not squaring around. We'll see if he is going to bunt. Yep, squares around late, pokes at the ball. They throw down to first. Bryson Cale does get back, but that'll be an 0-2 count now on Wes Clyde. I remember back when I was growing up, they had us square around before the pitcher even came set.
Yeah, you'd see it again. You're trying to fake out, at least the infield. Try to play those head games.
This pitch is hit up the middle. Murray makes a nice fielding play. He throws to second, and then they throw to first and get the double play. So that'll be a 1-6-3 double play for Upper Moreland. Again, Jimmy made a nice play there, having to jump pretty much as high as he could to get that chopper. So there'll be 2 outs now and nobody on for third baseman Braden Zatzik.
Something like that, though, is kind of a demoralizing play there for DuBois. Again, at least try to come out strong here in this half inning, and just like that, you're behind.
And now Braden Zatzik hits one down the right field line. It's going to the fence. He's rounding first, headed to second. He's rounding second, headed to third. And here comes the throw, and he is going to be safe. Nice little swim move there at the end to get his hand in on the base before the tag.
I was going to say that. It was a close play over there at third. Again, if at least third baseman was able to get that at least arm down a little quicker, that could have been the third out, but instead it's a triple.
Jonathan Reed then will step in now. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Murray comes set. He's going to go from the windup with a runner at third, no 2 outs. Reed swings and misses on a pitch on the outside corner. A little bit of excitement there on the hit. Too bad they had the double play, or that triple would have helped get DuBois even closer into this game. This one's hit out into right field, and it will score a run. Jonathan Reed rounds first and stops, and the bottom of the order produces a run for DuBois. That'll bring the top of the order back up in Samson Deeb, who has reached base twice with 2 walks. So now it's 8-5. DuBois pecking away at that early 8-0 lead.
We're still trailed by 3.
Johnny Sampson's squared around to bunt. And they're saying, Sampson's saying that was a balk. Now I'm not sure what's going to happen other than Jonathan Reed is going to steal second, and the pitch was called a strike.
I was going to say either way, again, at least minus the at least strike on the board. Again, either way, the runner's over at second. So
yeah, they don't have to bunt to get him up, but we're bunting with 2 outs. It's more like you're bunting to get a base hit. This one's hit just actually above me off a pipe for 0-2.
Have that nice rattle effect here at Stern Field.
That's the first time I've seen a batter try to call a balk. He's not gonna. It's the umpire that needs to call a balk. So 0-2, he calls time and is granted time and steps immediately back in the box. Murray comes set at the stretch. 0-2, pitch is way high. It looked like he was trying to throw some kind of knuckleball there, and it came out of his hand real early.
Yeah, a waste pitch there. So again, count at least moves to 1-2.
That 1-2 pitch lifted out into right field. Right fielder looks like he has a beat on it and does. So that'll be the third out of the inning, but a little bit more damage done at the bottom of the order, scoring 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning with DuBois trailing Upper Moreland by a score of 8-5.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
Each day in Pennsylvania, there's at least 15,000 children taken from their homes due to abuse or neglect. Foster parents provide homes to these needy children. Lifespan Family Services trains, supports, and compensates foster parents to address this problem. Call Lifespan Family Services today at 375-1314 or drop in at the DuBois Mall or at Lane Avenue in Punxsutawney. Lifespan Family Services, helping people help children every day. 375-1314.
The team at Napa Auto Parts is behind all of the DuBois All-Star Little League teams. Just like in their business, the team part of teamwork is what makes winners. All of the hard work and dedication has gotten you to the All-Stars, and the Napa team is proud of you. Congratulations, and you will hear us cheering you on. If you need auto parts, visit Napa Auto Parts and experience the Napa know-how.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field. Noah Farrell has 10 pitches left to try to see if he can get as far as he can here in the top of the 4th inning. And leadoff batter for Upper Moreland is the shortstop, Chase Moore. First pitch from Farrell is outside for ball 1.
Again, we were discussing off air there with Farrell. Once he does hit that limit, though, it's going to be an interesting ball game to see how Upper Moreland reacts to the new pitcher, whoever that may be.
Pitch is fouled off down the third baseline.
You were talking Dennison behind the plate again as a viable arm for DuBois, but again, he's, at least you're saying, ineligible as, again, we hit this 4th inning mark.
Yeah, once you catch for 4 innings, or the start of the 4th inning, you are no longer able to pitch. That pitch looked really good, but it's called a ball inside. Yeah, 2-1.
Just to try to frame it, but a home plate umpire not buying it.
So the 2-1 pitch catches the outside corner for 2-2. So again, being a strikeout pitcher, he used up a lot more pitches trying to get to those strikeouts. And he turns away from that pitch, and it ends up right down the middle. So speaking of strikeout, there's one. That will be Noah's 7th strikeout since coming in. And now batting will be the second baseman, number 4, Chase Rumpula. So again, took him 5 pitches to get that out. Nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. This pitch is fouled straight back off the net. And Dennison makes a nice catch, but unfortunately it hits the net. It don't count. Maybe in that, Bananas League, they count that? I don't know.
Possibly. They do whatever with the Savannah Bananas. I don't know.
So the 0-1 pitch, called a ball low. Now we're getting dangerously close to this being the last Farrell batter. 92 pitches, 1-1 count. Pitch is outside for ball 2.
That marks it. At least pitch number 93.
Yep, he's going to have to get him out on this pitch, or it will be his last batter. Again, in Senior League, they're allowed 95 pitches. You can go over to finish a batter.
Yes, he'll hit him.
He says it hit him. Well, I guess that's one way to get to pitch to another batter. He was at 94 now. So he gets to pitch to Jake Gibbs, the catcher for Upper Moreland. Again, the didn't look like the umpire was going to call that until he saw the Upper Moreland guy saying that hit my shirt.
He sold it, and right now, again, it looks like home plate umpire and Coach Steve going to talk about that. A nice sold job by Upper Moreland. Like I said, he was tugging at the jersey going, hey, it hit me. So,
yeah, we can actually read his lips from where we're at. So Farrell will get to go against another batter. Maybe this one will ground to a double play here. Runner at first, one out. Swings and misses. He has walked against Clyde and actually has walked against Noah. So hopefully we get a different result from this at bat. 0-1 pitch. A little bit low. Isaac tried to frame that one, pulling it up as he caught it. His count is now 1-1. Runner at first takes his lead. Throw over, and he's in safely. He was kind of doing one of those little back and forth type dances, and Noah throws a quick one over there just as he was stepping off that time. Now he looks him back.
Try to catch him asleep there, but unable to.
Takes his lead. Farrell comes home with the pitch. Called on the outside corner to the left-hand hitter. Strike two. 1-2 now. Samson Deeb has something to say to Noah for between pitches here. 1-2. First base runner is bouncing around again. He hits Gibbs in the back of the leg. He starts to limp, then just runs down to first base. And now he's hurting again. That pitch hit him in the back, like the leg, right behind the knee. But that puts Noah Farrell at 98 pitches. Runners at first and second, one out.
As I say, that's not what you wanted there for Farrell to kind of at least exit out of this ball game. Is that again? Yeah, runners at first and second, one away. Both of them hit by a pitch, even if one was questionable. But either way, again, his night will come to an end. And again, we will see at least now who takes the mound. It looks like
it's Mason Dinkfelt. So he's coming from first base to pitch. And Noah Farrell will go from pitching to first base. So Mason has pitched a little bit, but not a whole lot here in the state tournament. So he's pretty fresh. He was one of the 3 or 4 options we had for the rest of the night.
Give credit to Farrell again. If you're going to talk about a player of the game so far, it's him on the mound in relief again, shutting down this Upper Moreland team after, again, that early 8-0 start. Again, was able to at least go through, again, 3 scoreless innings for this team. But now, again, for Dinkfeld on the mound, again, he runs into a little trouble, a little difficulty. Again, one away with runners at first and second. And as we were alluding to, again, knowing that Farrell's night was going to come to an end with that pitch count elevating, now it's going to be interesting to see how Upper Moreland responds to, again, a different look where, again, looks like Dinkfeld, he's got some speed, but it's not comparative to Farrell.
Yeah, it's not Farrell's speed, but he does have pretty good control, so hopefully he can throw some strikes and pitch to contact that gets hit to our fielders. And while we were talking there, the catcher, Mr. Jake Gibbs, that was just beamed in the back of the leg, was in quite a bit of pain when he was limping off the field into the dugout. They have a pinch runner now at first base for him. I didn't catch the number for the runner, and all I can make out is the UM on his shirt right now. So we'll have runners at first and second with one out here in the top of the 4th inning.
As head coach for Upper Moreland will talk with the home plate umpire just to at least reiterate that, hey, again, we got a pinch runner in for the catcher. Especially after getting beamed, at least in the legs, hobbling over to there to first, as we are now back into action here.
First pitch from Dinkfeld. Just inside. Seems like we have a round dish. We don't have corners tonight. So it'll be a 1-0 pitch. He checks the runner at second. That pitch had to be a strike because the catcher never moved the glove. The ball went right in it. So far, Spady walked against Clyde, struck out against Farrell. Now faces his third different pitcher. This is hit out into center field, and we make a catch. Runner at second, tags, goes to third. Throw goes to third. So we're going to end up with runners at first and third and 2 outs, with the catch being made by Bryson Kale out in center field. Did not look like he struggled to catch that one at all.
And not sure what just happened, as it looks like third out recorded there by DuBois.
I'm not so sure we didn't just pull off the hidden ball trick, because the coach is talking to the runner at third base. Evidently, Braden Zatzik kept the ball and tagged him out for the third out of the inning. So there'll be no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, with DuBois trailing Upper Moreland by a score of 8-5.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball, the state tournament, the senior state tournament here at Sternfield. Again, tonight's game brought to you by and presented by Star Trucking.
The team at Napa.
Attention, Little League teams and fans. This season, Smith's Lawn and Landscaping is proud to sponsor your local Little League. We're here to cheer you on and wish every team the best of luck. Score big with Smith's Lawn and Landscaping. We're ready to tackle any landscaping challenge and help you hit a home run with your outdoor space. For landscaping that hits it out of the park, choose Smith's Lawn and Landscaping, proudly supporting Little League and your community. Visit us online at smithslawnandlandscaping.com or follow us on Facebook today.
Star Trucking wishes the DuBois Little League teams good luck during the 2024 All-Star season. Right now, Star Trucking is looking for players to join their team. Now hiring day cab drivers in the Pittsburgh, Ohio, and West Virginia region. Shift work, guaranteed pay, 7 days a week hauling sand for the oil and gas industry. Apply online at startrucking.com. That's startrucking.com. Making trucking great again.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field. We had a quick half inning there with the warm-up pitches, and we've already had the first pitch to Walker Thomas. Murray had thrown a strike where Walker swung and missed, and now ball 1, low and away. So it's 1-1 on DuBois' leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, had a pitch low and away.
Let's talk about how slow this game has moved. It's kind of crawled here as we're only in the bottom of the 4th. Again, about 2 hours approaching so far. And ump and players kind of said, hey, let's hurry it up now.
Yeah. Yeah, as you say that, we have another called timeout here. There's got to be a timeout limit. It's like basketball. Don't they have only so many timeouts? Now the home plate umpire just walked away again.
I don't know if he needed to catch a breath or something like that. Who knows? But either way, let's get back to baseball already.
Somebody said something in the Upper Moreland dugout. Anyway, here comes the 1-2 pitch. This one's lifted out behind first base. It's foul and not caught. They're throwing a different baseball out to the pitcher, so it must be out of play. Count will remain 1-2. Yeah, Murray is trying to quick pitch now, but then he stands there. And now the catcher's calling time. He's going to walk out there. And, again, I don't see the wristbands now either on the catcher or the pitcher.
I now understand why MLB.
The catcher has one.
I was going to say, I now understand why MLB has implemented a timeout, at least limit or mound visits remaining for, teams.
Yeah, we would have burnt that 20-second pitch clock so many times tonight. It remains 1-2. DuBois' leadoff batter for this inning. And that one's low and away for ball 2. That was same pitch he's actually swung on the first 2 times. So Jimmy tried to get him to swing at that one, but it's 2-2 as he holds off. The 2-2 pitch. That one is called ball 3. Jimmy's not real happy with that, but that was definitely low.
So how about a full count here to start off the bottom of the 4th for DuBois.
Again, we're trying to come back from an 8-0 deficit. Got it to 8-5. We'll see if we can keep adding to that 5-run total as Walker hits one off the pipe behind home plate here. Home plate umpire wants to inspect that because it hit a pipe. See if it's still round. He puts it in his bag. Throw a different ball out to Mr. Murray. Signal play in, and the full count pitch. High for ball 4. So good at bat there for Walker Thomas. Saw about 8 pitches and walks. That'll bring up our pitcher, number 4, Mason Dinkfeld, who has been hit by a pitch and a sacrifice. That scored a run back in the second inning.
That's what you want if you're DuBois to carry the momentum right now. Again, they've had 5 unanswered runs. Again, you got at least runner over first, nobody out. Again, so far for the scoring line, again, it's been 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Looking to plate more here in the fourth.
Walker gets chased back, and Jimmy steps toward first. Nope, they're calling a balk on Murray, because he did step toward first after coming set. So that is definitely a balk. You can't do that.
That time the hitter called for a balk, and he got it.
Yeah, well, Jimmy, I don't think even still realizes. Now he's arguing with the second base umpire. He's given up on that argument, going back on the mound.
I think he's probably going to that ump going, hey, you didn't call it earlier. Why call it now?
Waiting the first pitch to Dinkfeld. That's way high for ball 1.
That's a frustration throw right there.
Yeah, he just looked like he tried to throw that as hard as he could.
Count goes 1-0.
Next pitch, high and away for ball 2. 2-0.
Yeah, remind folks that this is a 7-inning contest. Here we are at the bottom of the fourth.
Beyond 2-hour time, and we're halfway through. This pitch is high for ball 3.
I think I've already answered this at least question before I get it out, but again, there shouldn't be any time limits, correct, here in the state tournament? Yeah.
No time limits. Dinkfeld waits for the 3-0 pitch. Squares around like he's going to bunt. We know he's not. Pitch is called strike. Never kind of understood that, because that kind of gives the pitcher another thing to look at that's in the strike zone, because he knows darn well you're not going to bunt. So 3-1 pitch. Called strike 2. Delayed call as Mason was 3-4 steps toward first base.
Said he'll return back to the batter's box.
Runner at second's taking his lead. Making a little noise out there. The shortstop behind him. Murray looks again. Pitch is driven out into right center field. Center fielder's back, makes the catch. We have a tag at second, and Walker Thomas is into third base safely on the fly out to right center by Dinkfeld. Productive out.
Yeah,
runner
good.
in scoring position with 1 out, so we can actually score if he makes an out.
Again, good sacrifice there, deep, at least loud out there. Again, moves runner a few feet away from home plate. Again, still the 8-5 advantage here for Upper Moreland, however.
That'll bring up designated hitter number 20, Maddox Clark, who was 2 for 2 tonight. He's 7 for 8 on the tournament. Waiting the first pitch. It's high and away for ball 1.
See Murray right now on the mound, at least struggling a bit, feeling the pressure. Getting a little wild with his pitches.
The 1-0 pitch. This is swung on, lifted high in the air to left center field. They're going back. It's off the base of the wall. That's going to score a run. Maddox Clark is into second with a double. That almost looked like it was ready to leave the ballpark, but hit off the top of the fence out in left center field. So DuBois indeed puts another run on the board, cutting that lead now down to 8-6. Now Upper Moreland might be a little bit concerned. That'll bring up first baseman number 9, Noah Farrell.
As we see a little movement right now in the dugout for Upper Moreland, but again, no movement towards the field.
DuBois is now out hitting Upper Moreland by 8-5. Losing on the scoreboard 8-6. Pitch bounces in front of the plate. Nice block by Mr. Simmons, who doesn't seem to be having any effect on that hit when he got beamed here in the top of the inning. Out to talk to Jimmy Murray.
Yeah, reminding folks that we are here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, 8-6 is your score with Upper Moreland taking the lead. Again, 8 runs for them early in the top of the first, but it's all been DuBois. They have scored in every single half inning so far in this ball game.
Murray's looking in for the sign. Taking his time. Maddox Clark making some noise out at second. Second pitch is taken for ball 2. High and a little bit inside.
Kind of wonder right now for Upper Moreland again, what is going to be the situation where you start looking to at least change at least your pitcher right now. Again, he's up to 45.
This pitch is grounded to shortstop. He's up with it, throws over to first. Nice scoop by the first baseman on a short throw. That'll be out number 2 with the ground out to shortstop. I won't be a bit surprised. And yep, here he comes. Comes the manager for Upper Moreland. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a pitching change at 46 pitches for Mr. Murray. 45, he needs 1 day rest. At least he'll be able to come back on Saturday.
As he will take that baseball, and it looks like we're going to have switch, or at least trying to see where all the changes are going to be. It looks like number 3's up on the mound now for Upper Moreland.
And number 3 is Cannon Campbell. He pitched 45 the first day also. And it looks like number 11 coming out. All these players are coming in the 5 spot in the batting order where Michael Harder is DHing for whoever is coming onto the mound. Jimmy Murray's going to go back to play first base as they're now pulling Gavin Shafford from first back out of the game.
Now you start to feel the momentum shift, the sway right now in favor of DuBois, even though trailing by 2. But, again, the pressure is on to Upper Moreland. Again, if anything, you kind of play that devil's advocate for Upper Moreland that, hey, you should be thankful you put up 8 in that first because you still have the lead, even though it's been all DuBois, which is kind of interesting to say that, again, it's been their ball game so far.
Yeah, DuBois kind of has to feel good being able to come back so far, even though you're down 2. Knowing that you kind of gave them 7 outs in the first inning with those fly balls that weren't seen out in the outfield. It's actually kind of good nobody got actually hit with one of them because they had no idea where they were.
As we'll be back to action here as everything is set. Pitcher's warmed up here. Again, 2 outs. Runner still sitting at second right now for DuBois.
And that's going to bring up Bryson Kale. He's 1 for 2 on the night. And he is 4 for 7 on the tournament. First pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. He tried to tie the game up with that one.
Yeah, that was a healthy hack right there. But he finds himself behind in the count 0-1.
Kind of a good name for a pitcher. His first name is Cannon. See if he has a cannon for an arm. This pitch is inside for ball 1, 1-1.
Yeah, speed's not Farrell or deep speed.
No.
We'll see as he gets kind of warmed up here.
Another left-hander for DuBois to face. Last night, every pitcher they saw from Hollidaysburg was left-handed. Starter was left-handed, and that was swung on, fouled up against a pipe here on the first base line. They just throw it back to the pitcher. So that's a 1-2 count now on Kale. Looking to add another run here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This pitch is lifted out over the first base dugout into the net, fielded by the on-deck batter. Count remains 1-2.
Seems like the DuBois faithful here in attendance at Stern Field, again on the edge of their seat, waiting to see what's going to happen again.
Our 1-2 pitch swung on, and he's getting closer. That one's fielded by the first base coach. Okay, Bryson, it's time to have the right fielder field one on a bounce. See if I can make a prediction here. Another 1-2 pitch. It'll be the sixth pitch of the at-bat. Swung on and missed. Strike three. That's not what I asked for. Well, DuBois still adds 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left on. We'll move to the 5th inning with DuBois trailing Upper Moreland by a score of 8-6.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
Star Trucking wishes the DuBois Little League teams good luck during the 2024 All-Star season. Right now, Star Trucking is looking for players to join their team. Now hiring day cab drivers in the Pittsburgh, Ohio, and West Virginia region. Shift work, guaranteed pay, 7 days a week hauling sand for the oil and gas industry. Apply online at startrucking.com. That's startrucking.com. Making trucking great again.
Car dead on the side of the road? Call the Undertaker. Auto Undertaker Towing and Repair for 24/7 towing and roadside assistance. Tire changes, jump starts, out of gas, lockouts, 24-hour towing service serving Clearfield, Jefferson, and surrounding counties. They also handle preventative maintenance and all auto repairs, big and small. And at AutoUndertaker.net and Facebook 592-4186 for quick, easy help 24/7. Buck's Pizza wishes the best of luck to all of our Little League All-Stars. Your dedication and hard work has paid off, and they are proud of you. Congratulations on a great season. Buck's invites you to fuel up before the game or refuel after a delicious $7.99 pick-a-meal. Or get a family special starting at $17.99. They look forward to serving you. Find their entire menu at buckspizza.com. Good, better, Bucks.
To right now the top of the 5th inning, and myself, Nick Prunty, Joe Grecco alongside with me here as, again, it is Upper Moreland up to bat. They lead this ball game 8-6, as right now, again, it's hard to predict what is going to happen in this ball game, Joe. That again, we've seen anything and everything happen here. Got a team that came out strong in the first inning with 8 runs. All of a sudden, they can't buy a hit.
Well, let's hope it stays that way. Mason throws first pitch to their leadoff batter, Mr. O'Connor here. He's walked twice and has a double. Their right fielder, Zach O'Connor, takes ball 2 outside. Seems like every time we see a pitcher face their first left-hander, they have a heck of a time. There's a strike in there on the inside corner, 2-1. Yeah, all the Upper Moreland action came in the first inning. Scored 8 runs on 5 hits. That pitch is way outside.
And like I said, you give credit right now, again, on the mound to what Farrell did, at least in relief. Again, just shutting down this team. And I think, again, for head coach Deeb, again, that was a smart play to leave him in and max out that pitch count.
Yeah, as it turns out right now, hopefully we can complete that comeback. They're calling out as ball 4.
So that's what you don't want to see is leadoff man on board for Upper Moreland. Nobody out.
He walked to lead off the 3rd inning and was stranded. So hopefully we do it again. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 29, Lucas Zipper. He's been hit by a pitch, walked and struck out. This pitch in there for strike 1. Again, here it's right-handed batter, and Mason's right on target with his pitch. 0-1 as the runner at first takes his lead. The pitch is in there for strike 2.
So just like that, quickly ahead of the count.
0-2, nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch is low for ball 1. Gave the pitch batter something a little different to look at there.
Zipper wasn't buying it there. Holds up.
1-2 pitch. This is lifted out into shallow left field. Samson Deeb tries to make an excellent over-the-shoulder catch. Then Walker Thomas heads up, throws to second base, and they get the runner that was coming from first out at second. So instead of a base hit, that means Lucas Zipper is on first on a fielder's choice.
And that's a tough play for both squads there. Again, for at least that was kind of that no man's land, anticipating that at least Upper Moreland was thinking that was going to be recorded out. And again, didn't realize the situation there, but still for DuBois, it pays off that, hey, at least one away. And again, you're standing right now with, again, a runner at first and not runners at first and second.
And we got a runner at first now with one out, though. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Luke Sword, who singled his first trip up. Now this one bounces in, and they make a quick snap throw to second base, and the runner's going to be safe. Pitch was a ball. Sword is 1 for 3 on the day. He did get a hit in the first and has struck out twice since.
I feel like for Upper Moreland, that's got to be their first steal of the ball game. They haven't had a whole lot of base running opportunities, at least since that first.
And, now he just beamed Sword right in the middle of the back.
So we're not too happy with that one. Again, we'll take his base.
That's their third hit batsman by DuBois pitching. That gives him an extra runner. So now it's first and second with one out. Brings up first baseman number 4, Jimmy Murray. He's number 19. And Jimmy is 1 for 3 at the plate on a catcher's interference and doubled in the first. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. So at least with the hit batsman, it does put the force plays back on everywhere as Jimmy Murray takes strike 2 from Mason Dingfelt. So both those pitches looking on the outside corner. You should go there one more time, Mason. He does. And he just barely fouls that off. Again, with us being over here in the kind of a soundproof area, didn't hear the ting off the bat. It looked like me like he swung and missed. But the count remains 0-2. Runners at first and second, one out. This pitch is lifted out into center field. Bryson Kale looks like he has a bead on that one. Makes the catch. Runner is going to third. Here comes the throw. And he'll reach third safely. And the runner at first stayed at first. So we'll have runners at the corners with 2 outs.
The first action, at least in a while, for Upper Moreland on the base pass, where again they got this runner a few feet away here.
Yeah, first and third with 2 outs. That'll bring up designated hitter number 2, Michael Harder. He singled in the first, struck out in the first, struck out in the third. Now we'll face Mason Dingfelt. It'll be his third pitcher he sees. And that pitch is taken for ball 1.
Again, the winner of this ball game will play Saturday. They'll have the at least day off. Again, they'll play at 11 a.m. Loser will move down to at least play tomorrow. The winner of Hollidaysburg and Oil City, that game, at least a potential start time of 4 o'clock here at Stern Field.
First and third, runner takes off for second. Pitch is called strike, and there's no play at second base. So now I have second and third with 2 outs. Hopefully Mason can strand those runners. Well,
he's going to pluck them.
He plucks them, so that loads the bases. Every time they move somebody up to second base, we put somebody back at first. So we hope we can stop that here. That'll bring up shortstop number 13, Chase Moore. Chase is 0 for 2. He did walk in the first.
As I say, if Upper Moreland comes away with a victory here, at least for DuBois, you take some sort of pride that, hey, Upper Moreland, they're an injured bunch right now, not on purpose, but again, they're going to have to ice up in the hotel rooms tonight.
Yeah, they sure are. At least 3 of them. 3 of them got some bruises to deal with.
Bases loaded, 2 away, as right now Upper Moreland threatening again.
And Jimmy Moore is a left-hand batter. First pitch to him. It bounces off the plate, and Isaac Denniston makes a good block. Keeps it in front of him for ball 1 and no advancement on the runners. Next pitch, high and away, 2-0.
Crowd trying to get behind DuBois here to pick up that final out here at the top of the 5th.
This pitch is in there for strike 1, 2-1. Pressure's kind of on the pitcher here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Oh, the Batter's not really pressured, but he'd like to get a hit here. But he's taking ball 3.
It's kind of a Yogi Berra-esque line where you take it one pitch at a time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, again, he's behind in the count, 3-1.
Yeah, big advantage to hitter here. Oh, he tried to make him call that ball 4, but that was a good pitch. So now we got a full count with 2 outs. That means the runners will be on the move on the pitch.
This is kind of your, at least kind of judgment of this game. Pitch upcoming as we'll get a timeout call that played by Moore. This might decide your ball game here.
I think he wanted to kind of settle himself down from the ball 4 he thought he had. And now he's called out on strike 3, and boy, he's hopping mad. So
literally and figuratively.
Exactly. So there'll be no runs scored on no hits, no errors, and 3 left on. And again, that would be like, let's see, I see 10 stranded runners now by Upper Moreland since the first inning. So we'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning with the score remaining Upper Moreland 8, DuBois 6.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
Buck's Pizza wishes the best of luck to all of our Little League All-Stars. Your dedication and hard work has paid off, and they are proud of you. Congratulations on a great season. Buck's invites you to fuel up before the game or refuel after a delicious $7.99 pick-a-meal. Or get a family special starting at $17.99. They look forward to serving you. Find their entire menu at buckspizza.com. Good, better, Bucks.
DeLulo Transport supports our community and our Little League teams. Just like in the trucking business, the team part of teamwork is what makes winners. All of the hard work and practice has gotten you to this point, and DeLulo Transport is proud of you. So here's to all of the DuBois Little League teams. Good luck during the All-Star season, and let's play ball.
DeLulo Transport in DuBois, family owned with over 30 years experience. Their reliability to deliver on deadline is what they do best.
Back to Stern Family Field, getting ready to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Wes Clyde steps in for DuBois, and Cannon Campbell ready to see his second batter of the game. He ended the 4th inning. First pitch in there for strike 1. Wes so far tonight is 0 for 2.
Get a chance in between pitches here. Again, we'll update you on the MLB scoreboard.
Next pitch is low and inside.
You missed it earlier as we have the ball game live on Connect FM. Pittsburgh, the Pirates got the victory over Milwaukee. The Brewers out there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 1-0. Pirates winning that series.
Yeah, Paul Skeens had a no-hitter through 7 when he got pulled. Next pitch is low inside for ball 2, 2-1.
Pirates will next at least focus their efforts at least down the road in Chicago on the south side against the White Sox.
2-1 pitch swung on and missed. Evens the count at 2.
Looking at the rest of the NL Central from earlier, Cincinnati defeating the Colorado Rockies 8-1.
Are waiting a 2-2 pitch. Shakes off one call. This one is low and outside. They wanted that pitch.
Yeah, Upper Moreland right now, the head coach, at least coaches right now in the dugout, visibly upset. I think also too home plate umpire recognizing that.
Westline trying to call time. Umpire doesn't grant it. 3-2. Grounder too short. He takes it backhanded. Goes to first and just barely out is West Clyde. That was made an awfully close play there.
That's a tough play, but it's done and set for Upper Moreland. That will record their first out here in the bottom of the 5th. Very quickly, do want to mention Chicago Cubs in Baltimore. The Cubs blank the Orioles 8-0.
Here in DuBois, that'll bring up Braden Zatzik, third baseman for DuBois. He's 2 for 2. Single and a triple. 2 runs scored. First pitch taken for a strike. Zatzik shakes his head like, that wasn't mine. 0-1 pitch. swung on and fouled behind home plate. 0-2.
Looks like the only NL Central team not in action today was the St. Louis Cards. Looks like they were off today.
I think there were several teams off today.
Again, with the Pittsburgh Pirates, again, their next contest again tomorrow, 8:10. First pitch out there in Chicago, guaranteed rate field.
This pitch was fouled off by Zatzik down the first base line, retrieved and thrown into the pitcher.
Let's just think about it, Joe. We are 3 days away from the All-Star break. It's hard to believe.
Yep. Where has summer gone already?
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? We're looking for time again at the home plate. Not going to be granted.
And this pitch is grounded past the pitcher, past everybody into center field. That'll be Braden Zatzik's third hit of the game. He'll be at first base now with one out. And it'll bring up Jonathan Reed, who is also 2 for 2 on the night.
And DuBois trying any way they can right now to get back into this ball game, or at least take their first lead. Still trailing by 2 runs here.
Zatzik takes his lead. Left-hander throws a strike into Jonathan Reed. Oh, one out, 1 runner on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. This one's lifted out into right field. Right fielder has a bead on it. Makes the catch for out number 2. Again, we're trying to make a little bit of emphasis on the fly balls going out to the outfield. Yesterday it was wind. Today it was like, well, we can't see it.
Today it was cloud cover.
And we'll bring up our shortstop, number 7, Samson Deeb. Walked twice and scored 2 runs and flied out to right in the 3rd. He'll bat with a runner at first and 2 outs. Need some 2-out lightning here from DuBois. That pitch is low and inside for ball 1.
With the win today with the Pittsburgh Pirates, again, they sit right now 45 and 48 overall, 8.5 games behind Milwaukee. I do believe in the wild card. Yes, they are at least sitting right now 2.5. That'd be right behind.
Pitch lifted into shallow right field. Bounces in front of the right fielder. Zatzik's trying to go from first to third again. And he's in there safely. And also on the throw, Samson Deed ends up at second base. So that will be a single. And now it's second and third with 2 outs, bringing up Walker Thomas.
I think right now the coaching staff for Upper Moreland losing their minds, and they at least dug out again. We're not happy again. At least those fans here cheering on Upper Moreland thought that was the 3rd out. That was a very close play.
Well, that's twice Zatzik's done that. Back on his triple, he was sliding in, and he did one of those swim moves, pulled his one arm back and slid in safely with the other. Looks like he did it again. So now that we have runners at second and third for DuBois, potential tying run at second base as Walker Thomas steps to the plate with 2 outs. Trying to call time now. It's granted. It's like about a 50-50
I was going to say it's a coin
shot
flip.
here on
It is a coin
timeouts.
But that time granted.
And the pitch coming now. It stays outside to Walker. 1-0 now.
As the infield will shift a bit here for Upper Moreland towards the left-hand side.
Again, taking his time now. 1-0 pitch. Called strike.
Nice
1-1.
Nice little curve on that one. Falls right into the strike zone.
Yeah, curveball from a left-hander is completely different than from a right-hander. So he saw it now, so he throws it again. Hopefully he hits it. 1-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 1-2 now.
It's a good decision there to go from at least a little bit off speed to go to that fastball. Got him off guard. 1-2 count.
And the pitch on the way. Off speed. Calls him out on a ball that definitely was visibly low. So now both teams are upset with the home plate umpire, but you get it a little both ways. I guess you kind of break even. But DuBois will strand 2 runners No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. Be the first inning of the game that DuBois didn't score a run. And we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. Upper Moreland hanging on to that 8-6 lead.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is brought to you by Star Trucking.
The Infused IV Bar sends the best of luck to the DuBois Little League All-Star teams. At Infused IV Bar, they're focused on your wellness. Their physician-supervised IV therapy bar offers over 15 different vitamin IV drips and vitamin injections that can assist in reversing the daily stresses of life while rehydrating and replenishing your body. Infused IV Bar appreciates all the coaches, players, and parents' hard work and dedication. Congratulations on a great season.
Each day in Pennsylvania, there's at least 15,000 children taken from their homes due to abuse or neglect. Foster parents provide homes to these needy children. Lifespan Family Services trains, supports, and compensates foster parents to address this problem. Call Lifespan Family Services today at 375-1314 or drop in at the DuBois Mall or at Lane Avenue in Punxsutawney. Lifespan Family Services, helping people help children every day. 375-1314.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field. Here for the top of the 6th inning with Upper Moreland still clinging to that 8-6 lead, scoring 8 runs in the first. Been scoreless since. And DuBois now has 6 runs on 10 hits, with Upper Moreland actually only having 5 hits. So we've doubled up the hit production, though we stranded too many runners. But the leadoff batter for Upper Moreland here in the top of the 6th is the second baseman, number 4, Chase Rompula, and he takes first pitch for a ball.
Thank you to everyone tuning in to tonight's ball game here on Connect FM, WCED DuBois. As that ball will be inside, move the count 2-0 again, 96.7 FM, 99.7 FM, online at connectradio.fm, and video live streaming as we do on the Proietti Media YouTube channel.
This pitch sails over the batter's head for ball 3.
As we now at least escape 6 minutes past the 11 o'clock hour. A game that got started a little late. Again, 8:45 start time.
Next pitch in there for strike 1, 3-1.
At least, Joe, tomorrow, TGIF. It's Friday, so
yes,
thankfully.
Next pitch in there for strike 2.
That's been about, I'd say, about 6 or 7 batters so far for Upper Moreland that has thought, hey, that's ball 4, and instead, Ump's calling that a strike.
Yeah, 3-2. Now that's ball 4. Made it a little easier. He threw it really low. That'll bring up catcher, number 32, Jake Gibbs. He's walked in the first, walked in the second, got hit by a pitch in the 4th.
Well, at least this game has turned out to how I predicted, where, again, I thought this was going to be a battle, and absolutely, again, it looked like it was going to lopsided out of the box, but DuBois has been at least clawing back into it. Upper Moreland, though, again, with the leadoff man on board. Nobody out.
Waiting the first pitch from Dinkfeld. Gibbs squares around, bunts it foul down the third base line.
That's the first kind of bunt that was just kind of a soft touch there.
Yeah, at least that wasn't bunted high in the air, and he just squared around a little too late. Left-hander, he bunted it down the third base line. They throw over to first. Close play at first. Quick tag by Noah Farrell. Back in safely is Rompula. It's out to a decent-sized lead. And this one is bunted again in the exact same spot as the first one.
Now the bunt goes away.
Coach at third was very disappointed in that result. So now it's 0-2.
As I say, for the past 3 games that we've seen for any teams out here, bunting has not been too terribly successful.
No, it does not. Now he swings and he hits it basically in the same direction, but up and out of play. So the count will remain 0-2. Runner at first, nobody out. Gibbs awaits the 0-2.
Waste pitch, trying to see if he was going to golf at that one.
Yep. 1-2 now. That was pretty as close to that delayed strike call zone. 1-2. This one is hit pretty hard down the left field line, but is well foul out into the batting cages. Count will remain 1-2.
Thankfully for the station vehicle, and again for your vehicle, again we're well out of that territory. He's got a nuke missile that thing to hit our cars.
That's for sure. There's a lot going on when we came back to park. And that ground ball goes into left field for a base hit. That'll be their first base hit since the first inning. And it'll put runners at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. That'll bring up center fielder number 0, Jake Spady. He's 0-2 on the night, walked in the first, struck out in the second, and flew to center field in the 4th.
Now head coaches, or at least coaches right now for Upper Moreland, discussing a few things. They're going to get timeout granted. We're going to have a few shifts right now.
Not sure if
as the coach will come on over to at least press box here to discuss a few things. Infield will come in for DuBois as we got another stoppage of time here in this ball game.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for the catcher. Going to be number 23, Josh Darsney. They're all huddled up over here in the third base line.
Again, the winner of this ball game, again, they'll have a day off, a much-needed day off rest. Again, they will play again coming up Saturday, 11 a.m. The loser of this ball game, their season is not over yet, but again, they are one more loss close to it. Again, the loser of this ball game will play Friday at 4 p.m. They will take on the winner between Hollidaysburg and Oil City. That game at 1 o'clock. So again, immediately after that game wraps up, again, that will be that matchup. The winner of that in the loser's bracket will take on the winner of this ball game. So that's how this bracket sizes up as we're down to the nitty-gritty of the final few days here to crown a state champion.
Spady again squares the bunt, bunts it foul down the third base side. Pretty much where the last guy bunted the ball. Trying to move everybody up to have 2 guys in scoring position with 1 out.
So we'll have head coach Steve come on out, talk with press box now. Not sure what he's going to discuss. I think they were talking about, again, regarding the pinch runner.
You can only actually pinch run for somebody 1 time. It's not a re-enter. That might actually mean that their catcher might not be able to come back in because you can only come back into a game once.
So as it goes for DuBois, we'll talk to the tournament officials about this situation. Again, another delay in this ball game.
Yep.
But again, I understand that, again, you're trying to at least find any way to at least prevent any, competitive advantage, especially in a close ball game. Again, a lot is on the line. Again, thankfully for both teams, again, whoever loses, again, their season is not officially over. But again, you want to avoid playing that extra game coming up tomorrow. So again, a lot riding here. Again, especially as DuBois trying to mount the comeback. Upper Moreland right now with the offensive advantage as, again, nobody out runners at first and second. And as tournament officials still going over the details.
Yeah.
Again, we had a break. I think we had a pause in action yesterday to go over the rules. Once again here today. As right now, again, we're trying to get the full details here.
I think they're making a phone call to somebody on the official on the phone. I believe the only way this makes this illegal is if that catcher comes back in the game, because you can only courtesy run once, and then when you pinch run for him again, I believe that takes him out of the game.
As the umpires, again, will meet together as well. And like I said, we got as head coach Steve coming over.
I believe this ends up being a legal move, providing he doesn't try to bring that catcher back in.
As right now, again, both coaches will come on over again. DuBois flagged over Upper Moreland. At least the home plate umpire kind of waved his hand saying, we're going to allow it.
Well, I think that's okay that he's running, and he's actually in the game now, being there's been a pitch thrown, so it can't say Upper Moreland can put that catcher back at first.
Again,
you can't do that.
You committed at least to it, so.
But the question is, does he get to come back in the game a second time? I know starters are allowed to be replaced once.
The worry right now is, again, could this result in a little chippiness, before, at least from both teams? So, again, as we have an extended delay here,
Yeah,
as we're trying to figure out things, what we'll do is we'll send it back to the house for about a minute timeout. You know what? We'll take a minute timeout as we get this situated. As, again, we're here in a rules timeout trying to figure out what's going on here at this tournament. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with more, hopefully some action here at Sternfield, as you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, brought to you by Star Trucking.
The team at Napa Auto Parts is behind all of the DuBois All-Star Little League teams. Just like in their business, the team part of teamwork is what makes winners. All of the hard work and dedication has gotten you to the All-Stars, and the Napa team is proud of you. Congratulations, and you will hear us cheering you on. If you need auto parts, visit Napa Auto Parts and experience the Napa know-how.
Attention, Little League teams and fans. This season, Smith's Lawn and Landscaping is proud to sponsor your local Little League. We're here to cheer you on and wish every team the best of luck. Score big with Smith's Lawn and Landscaping. We're ready to tackle any landscaping challenge and help you hit a home run with your outdoor space. For landscaping that hits it out of the park, choose Smith's Lawn and Landscaping, proudly supporting Little League and your community. Visit us online at smithslawnandlandscaping.com or follow us on Facebook today.
Star Trucking wishes the DuBois Little League teams good luck during the 2024 All-Star season. Right now, Star Trucking is looking for players to join their team. Now hiring day cab drivers in the Pittsburgh, Ohio, and West Virginia region. Shift work, guaranteed pay, 7 days a week hauling sand for the oil and gas industry. Apply online at startrucking.com. That's startrucking.com. Making trucking great again.
Car dead on the side of the road? Call the Undertaker. Auto Undertaker Towing and Repair for 24/7 towing and roadside assistance. Tire changes, jump starts, out of gas, lockouts, 24-hour towing service serving Clearfield, Jefferson, and surrounding counties. They also handle preventative maintenance and all auto repairs, big and small. And at AutoUndertaker.net and Facebook, 592-4186 for quick, easy help 24/7.
Field, where a meeting of the minds, looks like Final Jeopardy going on here.
Looks like the whole town's gathered here to at least figure out the rule book.
And we got 4 umpires, at least 4 coaches, person on a rule book back here in the press box.
Well, let's recap. If you're just joining us right now, again, here we are on the top of the 6th inning. That, again, Upper Moreland with the 8-6 advantage here in the winner's bracket. Still a lot of baseball to be played. Again, we have an 0-1 count. Nobody out runners right now at first and second. Again, what is the situation is that Upper Moreland brought in at least a pitch runner for their catcher. Head coach Deeb argued saying, hey, well,
you already did that.
You already did that. You can't do it again. What's going on here? Again, the umpiring crew here allowed it because, again, we had one pitch past that movement. So right now, again, it looks like as, again, the meeting of the minds, again, both crews, the entire crew outside of the home plate umpire is over here discussing the rule book. So, again, as we were talking off air, Joe, not to criticize, but again, I've called a lot of baseball in my time. And again, I've been to a lot of tournaments for other pro season, regular season, again, and throughout this entire, at least US of A, I've never seen so many stoppages for check on rules, but again, I get it. Yeah. This is something, this is important. You want to at least get to that Saturday game to, again, call yourself a state champion to make it onto that Eastern Regional Tournament. Again, that one happening July 18th to the 23rd up in Bangor, Maine. So, again, on the line here. Again, you want to avoid that Friday play-in game, so to speak. So, again, obviously every competitive advantage you're trying to keep an eye on, just make sure that it's legal. So, but the unfortunate thing right now is that both teams right now are kind of sitting idle. You're seeing right now that at least Dinkfeld trying to keep warm up there. Again, that's the unfortunate thing right now, I think, for Dinkfeld is that, again, he's kind of trying to at least warm back up where he was trying to get into the flow of things here. So, we're still here in a stalemate, unfortunately, as, again,
Just to explain a little bit to the fans watching.
Go ahead.
With my probably 30-plus experience from baseball and announcing baseball or helping manage baseball. What the key issue here is on the games like these, your starters are allowed to exit the game and re-enter once. And once they're pinch hit for, even if it's a courtesy runner, when they bring him back in, you can only pinch run for him once. So him being pinch run for, the pinch runner is okay to run. Where this becomes a question is, can that catcher come back and catch the rest of the game? And I'm going to be actually surprised if the answer is yes, because in my experiences, you can only enter and exit once.
You almost want to at least have the coaching staffs for both sides just come to a gentleman's agreement, say, all right, we'll allow it, and we'll give you this in return for, the bottom of the sixth or something like that, or we'll overlook if you change a player then or something like that. But
we have like a hotline, if you will, to, I believe it's Barry Baca, that's the District 10 district manager, section manager that knows the rules like the back of his hand, and I believe Kelly McCall has him on the phone right now.
I was going to say, hopefully he wasn't taking a nap.
He should be listening to us, is what he should be doing.
Absolutely. Again, we appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Again, on Connect FM. Again, Nick Proietti along with Joe Grecco to the left-hand side of me. Steve back at the house pushing all the right buttons as, again, here we are, top of the sixth. Upper Moreland 8, DuBois 6. Again, the winner of this contest, again, to size it up here in the state tournament, we'll get the day off. We'll play again Saturday at 11 a.m., and again, the loser will fall down to the loser's bracket. They'll await the winner of Hollidaysburg and Oil City. That game will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. It will be followed up by that ball game for that loser. Again, that'll be at 4 o'clock, or tentative ball game, as it looks like we have come to agreement. And Upper Moreland's clapping, saying, hey, we're going to allow it. And
well, like I say, I knew he was going to allow the runner to pinch run. That'll be interesting to see if a catcher comes back when they go to the bottom of the inning when DuBois is batting.
Well, either way, Upper Moreland's celebrating, at least in the dugout, they're probably celebrating, saying, hey, we're back to action.
Yeah. So resetting everything, we have runners now at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the sixth inning for Upper Moreland. An 0-1 count on the batter, who is the center fielder, number 0, Jacob Spady. Throw over to first behind the runner, and he makes it back to first.
Yeah, key moment here in this ball game after that delay to see how both teams respond.
Spady squares around, bunts it nice, deads it right in front of first base, home plate. Throw to first base to West Clyde with a successful sacrifice bunt. That actually was a beautiful bunt because he deadened it right in front of home plate. That'll bring the leadoff batter up, Zach O'Connor, who's been on base all 4 times tonight, 3 walks and a double. He bats with 1 out and runners at second and third. First pitch from Dingfeld is outside for ball 1.
Because right now you hear the Upper Moreland dugout getting vocal.
1-0 pitch, swung on, hit to third, makes it past Braden Zatzik out into left field. That'll score a run. Wait and see how. Oh, it's pretty hard hit. Don't know if they're going to score that as a hit.
I feel like you got it on that one.
I think it was pretty hard enough hit that should be a base hit and an RBI for Zach O'Connor. That'll make the score now 9-6 with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning.
Runners on the corners here.
That'll bring up the third baseman, number 29, Luke Zipper. Pitch is taken for strike 1. And speaking of taking, Zach O'Connor stole second base. So now we have second and third with 1 out. Next pitch is inside for ball 1. 1-1 now on the batter.
Zipper had a kind of tap dance out of the way of that one. Count, as you mentioned, even at 1.
Our 1-1 pitch bounces off the plate to the catcher. Nice stop again by Isaac Dennison. He's done that a lot tonight.
Kind of feel for whoever loses this ball game of, again, a very quick turnaround for tomorrow's ball game.
Pitch off speed, curls outside for ball 3.
Actually, who am I kidding again? 4 o'clock. That's not bad. You can get a lot of rest on that.
Yeah. To sleep in. Pitch is grounded back to the pitcher. Holds the runner at third. Nice play by Mason Dinkfeld. Quick look back to third base caused the runner to freeze, and he gets Zipper out at first for the second out of the inning.
That's the ideal situation you wanted right there for DuBois. Again, easy out like that, so just like that, 2 away.
That'll bring up the left fielder, number 16, Luke Sword, who is 1 for 3 on the night. 2 strikeouts, hit batsman, and a single. First pitch outside for ball 1. Ideal here to strand these 2 runners and go in and get some runs of your own.
Yeah, limit the damage to only 1 run here.
This pitch again, short hops Dennison, stops it right underneath himself.
Lost it for a quick second, but again, it was within that range that, again, neither runner was going to attempt anything.
Yes. They had clear view of it laying right there by his legs. This pitch, curveball, comes in, catches the inside corner. Sword kind of gave up on that pitch.
Kind of turned away as if he was trying to, again, put that acting job on it, saying, oh, it's 2 inside.
2-1 pitch popped up toward right field. Noah Farrell's going back on it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So limited the damage on the 2 runners reaching base to start the inning, only giving up 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th inning with Upper Moreland 9, DuBois 6.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
Car dead on the side of the road? Call the Undertaker. Auto Under Buck's Pizza wishes the best of luck to all of our Little League All-Stars. Your dedication and hard work has paid off, and they are proud of you. Congratulations on a great season. Buck's invites you to fuel up before the game or refuel after a delicious $7.99 pick-a-meal. Or get a family special starting at $17.99. They look forward to serving you. Find their entire menu at buckspizza.com. Good, better, Bucks.
DeLulo Transport supports our community and our Little League teams. Just like in the trucking business, the team part of teamwork is what makes winners. All of the hard work and practice has gotten you to this point, and DeLulo Transport is proud of you. So here's to all of the DuBois Little League teams. Good luck during the All-Star season, and let's play ball.
DeLulo Transport in DuBois, family owned with over 30 years experience. Their reliability to deliver on deadline is what they do best.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field. Here we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning, and pitcher Mason Dinkfeld will step in for the first batter for DuBois here. Still trailing 9-6, and after sitting on the mound for about 15 seconds, the pitcher calls time.
Why not?
Yeah, I don't think he's still sure what he's supposed to throw, but he threw a strike. I think that's what you're supposed to throw.
Let's keep it simple. Just, throw balls and strikes.
Sometimes I think we complicate a simple game of, why not just use the fingers, 1 for a fast, 2 for a curve. And
I agree with that. It was something where, again, at least how I was taught, and again, it was taught by my father, who had a pitcher, a left-hander pitcher for himself, but again, it was like, hey, don't overthink, don't overcomplicate, just throw.
Just keep it simple. So 0-2 pitch now to Mason Dinkfeld. And he swings and misses at the 3rd pitch and strikes out for out number 1. That will bring up Maddox Clark with nobody on and 1 out. Maddox is 3 for 3 on the night, and he is 8 for 9 on the tournament.
There's opportunities right now for DuBois to get back in this ball game, if not take the lead for their first time here in this ball game, dwindle down. And as it stands right now, 5 outs remain in the ball game for DuBois.
This pitch is taken, ball 1 outside. DuBois stranded 3 in the first, and they've stranded 1 runner in every inning except the 5th, where there was 2 on. This pitch is taken outside for ball 2. 2-0. 5 of our 6 hits, or 5 of our 10 hits for DuBois are in the 8 and 9 spots in the order. Maddox swings and misses. Now 2-1. Okay, 2-1 now on Maddox Clark. Caught the outside corner. Makes it 2-2. Two pitch. Swing and a miss. Nope, he said he nipped it. Nipped it.
Caught the home plate umpire right in the chest. He's going to be okay. That's good to see.
The catcher takes a walk out to the mound to give the umpire a little bit of time. Gets a thumbs up from the umpire.
Everyone showed a little concern towards the home plate ump because, yeah, he took a direct shot. And he says, hey, you hit me right in the chest protector. That's why it's there.
Awaiting another 2-2 pitch. Nobody on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch swung on and missed by Maddox Clark. So Cannon Campbell now he's got 3 strikeouts in a row.
So say Cannon Campbell is becoming comfortable on the mound, and that's what you don't want to see right now for DuBois.
That's going to bring up Noah Farrell. Noah's 0 for 3 on the night. He'll bat with nobody on and 2 outs. See if we can get some 2-out scoring again. Pitch way outside for ball 1. One-0 pitch. This is only pitch number 35 for Cannon. He's done a good job here in relief, coming in after DuBois scored in 4 straight innings, putting up a 0 in the 5th and 1 out away from doing the same in the 6th. This is grounded to the third baseman. He backs up, makes the long throw, and he's safe at first. Took a little bit of a delay call there from the first base umpire.
As I say, again, a lot of Upper Moreland players were heading towards the dugout, and it's going to be a safe call there. As right now, at least Coach is going to head on over to discuss.
Sure, why not? Why'd you call him safe?
It might be a couple questions of, hey, have you had your eyes checked? Or, hey, do you know where that play was?
Did you look out of your good eye? He didn't wave like he pulled him off the base, although from my angle, I thought he was off the base. But now we're going to have a discussion.
Oh, boy. All right. And again, players right now for Upper Moreland try to plead their case of saying, hey, that's the 3rd out. Yes, again, first base umpire and home plate will come together to discuss. Very quickly on the stat lines for Upper Moreland, 9 runs off of 6 hits, 1 error so far in the ball game. DuBois, 6 runs off 11 hits, 2 errors for them. And, yes, we will have an agreement that, yes, he is safe at first, so extends the half inning for DuBois.
And, again, all my years and my thinking back, I don't think I've ever had somebody reverse a call like that.
No,
So that's going to bring up Bryson Cale, who's 1 for 3 on the night. Now we're still going to have some more talking.
Again, this might be it. He's pleading. He's going to come on now. All right,
this was the major leagues. I think he'd have been tossed by now.
Yeah, I was going to say at this point.
You can't come to the mind and say, okay, fine, he's safe, and then on your way down to the dugout,
home plate umpire gives a friendly tap on the shoulder and says, hey, just go back to your dugout.
Yeah, it's 11:35. Go to your dugout.
We're tired. It's like you're winning by 3. Calm down.
Yeah, we have a 3-hour game now. Runner at first. First pitch here. Bryson Cale takes. They seem to be pitching him high outside, right like the belt. And it's strike 1. This one's fouled right off Bryson's leg. It bounced and hit the ground first, so took some of the sting off of that. 0-2.
2 away, runner at first after the safe call and the close play there.
Farrell's taking a decent-sized lead, but pretty safe with a left-hand pitcher. 0-2 pitch. low for all the shortstop wanted it. Left fielder was on his way in.
I thought the home plate umpire was going to ring about that one. That was good framing.
It was good framing, but it was low. 1-2 now. And if he throws it there again, he might get the call this time. This pitch is hit slowly toward third base. He's up with it, fires across, and they get the third out with the ground out to third base. So there'll be no runs on one hit, no errors, and one man left. Will finally move to the 7th inning with Upper Moreland leading DuBois by a score of 9-6.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
The Infused IV Bar sends the best of luck to the DuBois Little League All-Star teams. At Infused IV Bar, they're focused on your wellness. Their physician-supervised IV therapy bar offers over 15 different vitamin IV drips and vitamin injections that can assist in reversing the daily stresses of life while rehydrating and replenishing your body. Infused IV Bar appreciates all the coaches, players, and parents' hard work and dedication. Congratulations on a great season.
Each day in Pennsylvania, there's at least 15,000 children taken from their homes due to abuse or neglect. Foster parents provide homes to these needy children. Lifespan Family Services trains, supports, and compensates foster parents to address this problem. Call Lifespan Family Services today at 375-1314 or drop in at the DuBois Mall or at Lane Avenue in Punxsutawney. Lifespan Family Services, helping people help children every day. 375-1314.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field. We're finally headed into the 7th inning where Upper Moreland is holding on to a 9-6 lead. They jumped on DuBois with 8 runs in the top of the first inning. And DuBois has climbed back in and made a game of it. Been very entertaining other than the timeout situation early because of pitchers taking a while, batters stepping out, the umpire leaving home plate. And then we've had a few rules situations that helped lengthen the game. And the first pitch is driven out to left field for a base hit by Jimmy Murray, the first baseman for Upper Moreland. That will bring up designated hitter number 2, Michael Harder.
This is a rhetorical question, but again, it's like you almost kind of question, you go, are the umps paid by the hour? No.
No, they are not.
No. Got to keep the integrity of the game. Oh, and now we'll have at least Upper Moreland, at least coach come on in. I think we're going to have more so change.
Going to have another
pinch runner.
Right. And this is going to be
number 14.
Number 14, Bryce Fuller. It was nice of Bryce to come running past us, so we didn't have to guess it as a number at first base.
He's looking out for the guys, at least doing the announcing here.
So he'll be at first base with nobody out. And we'll have the designated hitter, Michael Harder, stepping into the plate.
Right now the situation for Upper Moreland is they're looking for a little insurance run, says that's going to be a foul.
Yeah, that was another square around late to bunt a high pitch.
I was going to say, that thing almost got launched in the stratosphere.
Yeah. Well, you can't get on top of a ball that's up in your eyes. That's one of those ones where you pull back and just let it go by you. But he didn't. He poked at it. Strike 1. Now we take a throw to first. And Fuller's back in with no problem. Trying to catch him taking an extra lead going to the bunt situation. This time he does bail out on the high pitch. Takes for ball 1.
As I was alluding to earlier, they got Upper Moreland right now. Again, they're looking just for a few insurance runs here in the top of the 7th.
And he does bunt it hard down the first base line, and it eventually rolls foul. So it'll be 1-2. So we'll see. I don't think they'll keep the bunt on with 2 strikes.
No, too risky at that point. Now it changes that at bat of, again, how do you approach it here? Felt again, you're ahead of the count.
And a swing and a foul. Runner was going on the pitch.
Again, interesting to see Upper Moreland again aggressive on the base pass. Again, 3-run advantage, but we know again that can evaporate quickly. Again, DuBois was able to plate 3 in the bottom of the second.
And waiting the 1-2 pitch. Runner goes, the ball bounces, short hops the catcher. No chance to throw to second base. Well, now he's leaving, going back to first, and to throw down, and they pick him off. He must have thought it was a foul ball, and he had to retreat back to first, but you do that on your own, you can get thrown out. As what just happened, very alert. They saw him running back to first base, and the shortstop yelled for them to throw the ball down to first base, where Noah Farrell made the tag a good 5-6 feet off the base. So the count will be 2-2 now with 1 out and nobody on. Never know how that could turn out to change things. And now on the next pitch, Michael Harder swings and misses. So now that quick, there you go from no outs and a runner on base to 2 outs and nobody on.
Yeah, just like that. That changes the dynamic of this half inning where again, it looked like Upper Moreland was threatening. And just like that, nobody on, at least 2 outs.
And I'll bring up the shortstop, number 13, Chase Moore. Chase is 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch to him, outside for ball 1.
And if anything, for Dinkfeld on the mound, now you relax. Don't have to worry.
Yep. The 1-0 pitch. It's in there for strike 1.
For Dinkfeld on the mound, again, 61 pitches thrown so far.
Next pitch, driven out to the second baseman. Wes Clyde up with it, throws to Farrell at first. So 3 up, 3 down. Even though there was a hit in the inning, there will be nobody left on. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning, do or die bottom of the 7th inning, with Upper Moreland leading DuBois by a score of 9-6.
As you're listening to and watching DuBois Little League Baseball here on Connect FM, which is presented by Star Trucking.
The team at Napa Auto Parts is behind all of the DuBois All-Star Little League teams. Just like in their business, the team part of teamwork is what makes winners. All of the hard work and dedication has gotten you to the All-Stars, and the Napa team is proud of you. Congratulations, and you will hear us cheering you on. If you need auto parts, visit Napa Auto Parts and experience the Napa know-how.
Attention, Little League teams and fans. This season, Smith's Lawn and Landscaping is proud to sponsor your local Little League. We're here to cheer you on and wish every team the best of luck. Score big with Smith's Lawn and Landscaping. We're ready to tackle any landscaping challenge and help you hit a home run with your outdoor space. For landscaping that hits it out of the park, choose Smith's Lawn and Landscaping, proudly supporting Little League and your community. Visit us online at smithslawnandlandscaping.com or follow us on Facebook today.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field. Ready for the first pitch, and it's outside. Ball 1 to Wes Clyde. Again, the shortstop puts his arms in the air like, where the heck was that pitch?
As DuBois to their last 3 outs here in this ball game.
Need runners on base to score these runs to get. There's going to be ball 2. That was actually a little high. So 2-0 to Wes. It's 0 for 3 on the night. Next pitch is right in there for 2-1.
So you hear the DuBois dugout getting loud and proud over there.
Next pitch. Yeah, framed good there. 2-2. So we're even now. The shortstop can't be too upset now because I think that's the 50-50 call. So we're 2-2 now. Same pitch. We got it called. Strike 3. Caught looking.
That was filthy right there. That was an interesting pitch. And again, just like that, 1 away.
That's going to bring up the third baseman, Braden Zatzik. Braden's 3 for 3 on the night with 2 walks and 2 singles and a triple. Again, the bottom of the order here has 5 of the 11 hits, 3 for Zatzik, 2 for Reed, who's on deck. Zatzik takes strike 1.
As a crowd again quiet here at Stern, shocked by what's going on here.
I think they were shocked in the first
I
inning.
guess that's true, yeah.
Happy with the fact that the team didn't give up and
I'd say shocked.
made a game of it.
Like I said, I say shocked overall because, again, this is a team that, again, at this point has only allowed 5 runs up until this point of now 9 here in this ball game. Again, they've shown their offense and defense a might, and today it was just, so far it's not been their ball game.
The 0-2 pitch fouled off again into the net above us. Count will remain 0-2. We've at least shown our offense here. Our defense in the first was, I don't know. I can't see a fly ball. This one's lined down the first base line, foul.
That's something where, again, you got to imagine if DuBois has got to at least come back and play tomorrow at 4 o'clock here at Stern. Again, you wonder if you take a couple of those defensive at least throws in the outfield of kind of throwing it sky high. So, again, your outfielders are prepared again.
Well, if they play at 4 o'clock, it'll be bright sunshine. It's a lot different than those low clouds that they were.
You still got to prepare.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I agree there. Next pitch is bounced in here for ball 1. He was looking for him to chase that. 2 strikes.
Kind of that throwaway pitch there. Waste 1. And again, count moves 1-2.
He's calling time.
And he'll get it.
Yep.
Again, it's that coin toss where, again, that home plate umpire, he's not going to give it 100%. He's just saying, hey, once in a while.
1-2 pitch. This is swung on. Hit down to first base. It's a chase with Murray winning the chase to first base for out number 2. DuBois down to their last out and still needing 3 runs to tie the game. That'll bring up right fielder number 6, Jonathan Reed.
At the final of this ball game, we'll have a quick post-game recap stats here from Stern Field.
First pitch in there for a called strike.
Again, we will size up the action for DuBois of where they will be post this game.
Swung on and missed for strike 2.
Down to the final strike here for DuBois.
0-2 now. Mr. Campbell has done a really good job pitching. That pitch again bounces short of the plate. Runs the count 1-2. He came in, and after DuBois had scored 4 times in a row, first, second, third, and fourth innings, and he has allowed basically nothing. And he's going to allow a single here to Jonathan Reed. That's Reed's 3rd hit of the game. Gives DuBois a little bit more life. They have another batter coming up. And that batter will be shortstop number 7, Samson Deeb. So we're at the top of the order. Oh, got to have another meeting at the mound.
Because why not?
Why not?
Get your fill in. Might as well here. So, again, there will be no pitching change, obviously, at this point. But, again, it will be sizing up, or at least, again, at this point, again, as you're just trying to get one out, I think probably head coach is just saying, hey, don't make dumb mistakes in the field. Know your roles. And, again, just all you need is one more out. Again, 9-6 advantage, 2 away here, bottom of the 7th. Again, DuBois to their final out. Get runner over at first. As the meeting will break up, we'll be back to action here.
Okay, everybody's back to their places. Reed's back at first. The meeting of the offense side with Coach Deeb is done, and his son is going to home plate. Cannon Campbell ready to pitch from the stretch. And that first pitch swung on and missed for strike 1.
He wanted to launch that into the creek or the river out there in the park.
Yeah.
That was a healthy swing.
0-1 pitch. Looks startled that that's called a strike, but it's been called a strike pretty much all night.
Yep. 0-2. Final strike again here for DuBois.
Big lead at first base. They're not holding on. Jonathan Reed will call timeout. Again, I don't understand. I don't know how many pitches the guy knows, but, 1 for fastball, 2 for curve. You're ahead 9-6, need 1 strike. Setting up on the outside corner. Sampson swings and misses and throws the bat. That's not good. So there'll be no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. That will make your final score Upper Moreland 9, DuBois 6.
After this quick timeout to a minute timeout, we'll be back with stats and size up where DuBois sits right now after losing this ball game. As again, Joe mentioned, 9-6 to Upper Moreland. We'll take this 1 minute timeout and be back with our post-game show right here on Connect FM, which is brought to you by Star Trucking.
Attention, Little League teams and fans. This season, Smith's Lawn and Landscaping is proud to sponsor your local Little League. We're here to cheer you on and wish every team the best of luck. Score big with Smith's Lawn and Landscaping. We're ready to tackle any landscaping challenge and help you hit a home run with your outdoor space. For landscaping that hits it out of the park, choose Smith's Lawn and Landscaping, proudly supporting Little League and your community. Visit us online at smithslawnandlandscaping.com or follow us on Facebook today.
Star Trucking wishes the DuBois Little League teams good luck during the 2024 All-Star season. Right now, Star Trucking is looking for players to join their team. Now hiring day cab drivers in the Pittsburgh, Ohio, and West Virginia region. Shift work, guaranteed pay, 7 days a week hauling sand for the oil and gas industry. Apply online at startrucking.com. That's startrucking.com. Making trucking great again.
Welcome back to Stern Family Field for a little wrap-up of the game. And the kind of hitting starts for DuBois trying to make their comeback. Maddox Clark was 3 for 4. Braden Zatzik 3 for 4. And Jonathan Reed 3 for 4. So we had 3 guys with multiple hits. A couple other guys had 1. Story of the game was the 8-run first inning where they were unable to field a fly ball and cost them some runs. Spotted Upper Moreland 8. Tried to make a comeback. I was going
to say, again, you take away that 8 spot, again, with all the, at least those kind of errors early on by DuBois. Again, it should be 6-1, at least win for DuBois, but
right.
Instead, Upper Moreland gets the advantage here, and again, will advance on. They will at least get the bye, so to speak. They'll play again on Saturday at 11 a.m. For DuBois, what happens is now they fall to the loser's bracket. They'll await the winner of Hollidaysburg and Oil City. The game before they will play at 4 o'clock here at Stern. Again, tomorrow, a game that we will have live here on at least Connect FM 96. At least 7 and 99.7 FM and connectradio.fm. Joe Grecco will be taking care of that ball game for us. So again, we thank you, Joe, for taking care of us. And again, also too, hopefully Saturday as well too is action for DuBois. So again, the size up, what it means for DuBois right now to at least come away as a state champion. They got to win the whole way, unfortunately, now. Again, they got to win Friday's game, come back Saturday, defeat this same Upper Moreland team, and then they got to take them down again in that game, too, at 2 o'clock on Saturday. It is a double elimination format, so that's a situation that for DuBois, they got 3 games in front of them. For Upper Moreland, they're in that driver's seat where, again, all they got to do is win 1 out of the 2 coming up on Saturday. So that's the unfortunate thing right now is it's all hands on deck for DuBois. But, again, a valiant effort against this very talented Upper Moreland team. I guess plain and simple, it's now wait and see who we face on Friday, and hopefully this team is able to recover.
Right. It's like you say, it's kind of a short turnaround. They have to come back tomorrow now.
You got to shake this off.
Yeah, you got to shake it off.
Yeah.
And try not to look ahead to Saturday saying, no, how are we going to beat this team twice if we do happen to win? You can't look back past tomorrow's game first. You got to win that one first and then try to deal with Saturday on Saturday.
Absolutely. As again, right now, we'll take this opportunity to thank our Flight Sports sponsors and wrap things up and send it back to the house. But I'd like to thank Star Trucking, Lifespan Family Services, Delulu Transport, Buck's Pizza, Infuse IV Bar, Napa Auto Parts here in town, Smith's Lawn and Landscape, and Auto Undertaker. Thank you to all our sports sponsors here, sponsoring DuBois Little League Baseball with juniors, seniors, majors as well, too, throughout this postseason. So for myself, Nick Proietti, Joe Grecco to the left-hand side of me. Again, Steve sends the ball back at the house, pushing all the right buttons. Thank you to Steve, taking care of us again tonight. We will wrap things up here at Stern again tomorrow. It's tentative for 4 o'clock. It could be a little bit later, but again, we'll have that game live here on Connect FM. So for